guy. Look at this little bro. My boy be vibing. He be a walking. Here, I kinda wanna try to. Oh, whoa! Oh shit, it went inside! It flew in here! Fuck, where'd you go? Oh no, it didn't. Oh, there you are. I thought you flew inside for a second. Look at this guy. Look at this dude. This guy like a little, it's like abdomen is like got a weird hook in it. I've seen these around before, I forgot what they're called because they're not grasshoppers. I wonder what this guy is. So is there a way to get like a focus on it? Yeah, kind of focusing on its head a little bit. Look at that. Look at this little guy. Oh my gosh, it's like grooming its leg. It's a grasshopper. It's not a grasshopper. I just saw it just grooming its little leg. That was cool. It's like, I'm gonna clean my leg real quick.
Ugh. What are you doing?
Started stream, but when I came home I saw this guy. Figured check it out. Maybe someone can identify it or something, I don't know. It's not a grasshopper, I know that much. Because grasshoppers look different.
What is that?
I forgot what it is, but it's similar to a grasshopper.
Is it not a praying? No, praying mantises are bigger.
Yeah, that's definitely not a praying mantis at all. I don't want to go near that light though. It's nearing some spider nests.
No, let them get eaten. It's the natural order. It's the natural order of life.
Too bad, not for this guy.
Bro, you are disturbing nature and what would naturally happen in nature.
Oh yeah, like humanity and the rest of our entire species hasn't done that in itself. One little bug being saved is like...
You're ruining the carnage, goddammit. I do not approve.
This bug doesn't want to fly. It's just like, I know, I don't want to go anywhere.
Maybe he's trying to do...
Oh, no, oh. There we go. It's on my hat now.
Maybe he was trying to commit audible Sudoku.
Yeah,
Could you not let him pull his audible Sudoku?
No, I'm just gonna let him be somewhere where he's a lot more safer. Or she, I don't know what fucking species, or what gender or species really this thing is.
Alright, I gotta get out of here. He's on my way, my brother.
You're heading out?
Oh, don't worry, I'll be back. Not tonight, but I'll be back.
Okie dokie, my man.
I can't believe I'm leaving town in a couple days again.
Right? Oh, for that derby thing?
Oh yeah.
Nice.
I'm going with my mom and my... Oh god, I don't even know what the fuck you would call her, but like... My ex, I guess?
So you're... Whoop! Well, now it landed on me. This bug doesn't want to leave me alone. Now it's on my back.
It was on your back.
Oh, what? Well, is it still on me?
No, he flew away.
Oh, okay.
Well, it's kind of hard to like pinpoint like what we technically are. It's a long story. I don't want to get into it.
Like off and on friends with benefits or something?
I guess it would be friends with benefits. I guess.
Just seems like a really awkward friends with benefit. Oh god! Wow! What a stick up.
Pow! Pow,
Wow.
bitch!
Look at that tiny little knife.
I can still gut you with this knife.
Yeah, don't fuck around with that. It's, like, I also don't want to get banned either.
From a puny little blade like
yeah. Yes.
Are they really that fucking anal?
Yeah, you can't fuck with, like, even on fucking YouTube and shit. Like, you could demonstrate them and stuff, but on other people, even like that, no.
I can't.
Oh my god. You're about to bite into tangerine, it's bitter.
Alright, I'm out.
Alright, my man.
I've been persuaded to go an entirely separate direction of where I was gonna go tonight, but
Home? I mean...
I was gonna make a couple stops, but...
Well, have fun with all that random shenanigans.
I'm going deeper into Milwaukee, which is over... Wait, isn't the bus still running? What time is it?
I mean, yeah, it'd still be running. I mean, I just... When it, like, you know how it's inconsistent. It's like, it might as well not even be running at this point, you know what I mean?
Ooh, my bus pass is still fucking good.
Well, that's the virtue if there is a bus.
There should be.
Again, you know how they are late at night?
Shut up, dog. You and me, bro. After I pet my granny's bed, or after I pet my grandma back, you and me are we're gonna piss Suzuki off really bad. We're gonna do a bed swap, and he's fucking in front of this house. I'm just gonna come over with another bed to a truck, and you're gonna be like, "What the fuck, Harley?" And I'm
as long as it's not still there, and you just have it like all dealt with accordingly by the end of the day, I don't care. Like, you could change it, just don't leave it there.
I might leave it there.
Then we'll have a problem.
I might not leave it in front of your house, but I will definitely leave it somewhere on your property. For a short time. Until I can find somebody to haul it away. What? Oh, I didn't show you fucking what I'm fucking swapping my bed out to for. There is sanity to my madness. I'm going for that muscle truck look.
Usually insanity is a part of madness.
I gotta go. I've seen titties that are waiting for me.
Oh my good lord.
Well, I'm easily. Hey, I will fucking admit it. I am easily persuaded by nice ass titties.
Which honestly, it just shows.
Man.
Yeah, show like the chimp brain of man. You know, it's just really coming out with you. Just saying, it is.
Fuck you. Hey,
it's like,
hey,
thug like a titty, thug like, thug got bone now.
You goddamn right.
I mean, I'm not going to disagree. I mean, I'm not going to fuck on it. I mean, I will be like that too. I'll be like, ooh, titty, you know, but like, you're ridiculous. You're ridiculously, like, you will literally like stop whatever you're thinking and be like, ooh.
Tits.
Yeah, you'll literally do that. You'll be saying something,
I can be wrenching.
Scrolling on your phone, you'll see tit, and you'll just be like, ooh, titty. Like, you'll literally cut off from what you'll be talking like, yeah, I'm gonna get a new flatbed on my phone. Ooh, titty. Like, you just did it.
I will. I'll be like, ooh, titties. Hey, if you're not easily persuaded by dick or titties, then fuck you.
Why fuck that person who might not be, like, I mean, there's people who are ace and shit. I don't get it. I don't know. I mean, but yeah, people just
ace
like
people
that.
can kiss my ass. They don't know what they're missing. Sex is fucking amazing. No, that's what I'm swapping the bed for. This is gonna be sexy.
So it's gonna be like a Ford GMC amalgamation. I'm not complaining, dude. I don't care. I'm not loyal to companies and shit.
No, I'm gonna take this.
I'm loyal to the Molotov that helps butter them to the ground.
What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the fucking I'm gonna take my bed off, put that GMC bed on, take the tailgate off, the GMC tailgate off, and I'll put the Ford tailgate back on. Only I will know. Only I will know that I have made a monstrosity of all monstrosities.
Well, and the people that you tell.
I won't tell anybody. Everyone can go fuck themselves.
Well,
I really just want that 70s muscle truck with, like, the ultimate muscle truck sleeper. You'll just see me rolling, and there'll be one of these little piece of shit racers, and I'll be like, vroom, vroom, and I'll be like, vroom, vroom.
I mean, I got neighbors who have like 8,000 of them, like right over here. I mean, challenge him or something. I don't know.
I actually like that neighbor, honestly. He's
actually chill, yeah.
his shenanigans with his cars are like, I can live with it. I can live with it.
Yeah, it's better than the illegal street races and shit in Portland and stuff. I mean, so I'll give him that. Like, cause honestly, like I'm getting sick and fucking tired of hearing like every fucking week about these like street races in Portland, fucking like splattering someone like a fucking pancake or some shit.
Where are these street races happening? Why have I not heard of this? Why?
It's like, I think around in North Portland and like Northeast Portland specifically, but there's like a few areas where a bunch of street races like to go to. I mean, if you just go in certain parts of Portland, you'll see the skid marks. Like, you'll see skid marks of them like spurting from side streets and shit.
Swap 302 in my mini truck.
And the fucked up thing is that cops literally don't do a fucking thing about it, and it's just like at this point.
Yeah, cops don't give a fuck about street racing.
Yeah, and frankly, honestly, at this point,
I blame national, no, not national. What was that? What's that fucking Discovery Channel? I blame them.
I don't. I blame the fact that, like, there's a police force that's corrupt beyond recognition and uses every excuse.
No, I blame them because they brought, like, street racing to the norm. Like, all these street outlaws, Memphis, and, like, all those fucking shows.
Yeah, because the entertainment industry sees fucking money in it. Like, they see how they can make...
Let's bring this to the norm. So
we can get normies into it and sponsor different companies. So
teenagers think it's fucking cool to go out on the street and fucking drive really fast and dumb and fucking wreck their car.
I mean, half of the time, like, whenever they do arrest, the few times they do arrest so many street racers, they're not even, like, teenagers. Some of them are in, like, our age, like, 20s and shit. Like, I mean, sometimes every now and then you'll find some early 30-year-olds.
I'm talking so much mad shit right now, but I would totally do it. I'd totally get the mini truck up there. I'd be like, let's go, bitches.
There's a speedway where you can like rent, you can get events hosted and shit, or join events, and yet these dumb motherfuckers want to do like a bunch of street racing and shit instead, where it's far more dangerous. People get fucking killed.
You know how expensive it is to get into an actual like.
Well, that's some tough shit, I guess, isn't it?
You know how expensive it is, bro, to actually be able to get on a track.
I mean, I guess in that sense, I would say there should probably be maybe more tracks, I guess. Like, actually, like,
there used to be back in the 60s and 70s. And then and then all these big corporate motherfuckers
bought them all out,
down.
Yeah, because they monopolized a lot. It's what I'm talking about. It's a lot of what I'm talking about, too.
The guys who own them fucking sell their property so they can build big-ass fucking
and make, like, the
A&T buildings.
Yeah, like the A&T Raceway or whatever the fuck nowadays and shit. Like, they'll have random corporate names attached to the speedway or the stadium and stuff. Like the Moda Center, for example. Like, I mean, yeah, that's just what the big norm is.
Amphitheater.
Yep, exactly. Yeah, I mean, and same thing for these speedways too. I mean, it's just like, and also it does play a role into it. A lot of it is just the fact that like I said, police are corrupt as shit, and there's also like a major poverty issue to it too, because these kids probably have nothing better to do than
it's not their fault either. If they would open speedways and made it cheaper,
or at least more affordable, or have like open raceway days where it's like it's openly accessible from like 10 to 8 or some shit, where you pay like a $30-$50, I don't know, like some simple little affordable fee, and then you can have like a couple hours to be on the track.
Fucking
like that shit would honestly cut down a lot of the street racing shit in half, I've had.
No, it wouldn't. It wouldn't really, but
it would
entice them to go to the fucking.
Well,
because you got guys like me who have half questionable fucking overpowered vehicles.
That's why you have like the whole
can't pass
day.
Tech inspection. So we decided to go to abandoned streets and test out our vehicles.
Well, the problem is that people aren't doing them in abandoned streets anymore. Like, because like I said, it seems like every week there's always someone being blasted, or shootings. Like, I mean, half the time these street races happen, there's always like some massive gunfight that happens at the end of them where someone gets shot or killed. Or
yeah, it's because they don't agree. They make some ridiculous fucking bet, and then the other guy doesn't want to pay the bet, so the dude pulls a fucking gun like, give me my fucking money.
Hence the big problem with it, like that, and it's like basically a Wild West and like half of fucking Portland at like between.
See, I'm not even gonna lie here. When I finally engine swap when I finally get up funny to engine swap the 302 in the Ford, I am gonna fucking street test it, but I'm gonna wait until like 2 in the fucking morning I'm gonna go out to Estacada, where there's a fucking long stretch of flat road.
See, that makes that like that's more reasonable because it's a long stretch of flat road. I mean,
flat.
there's nothing around besides like fields. Like that makes more sense to me.
I'm just gonna fucking steal the truck and gear and fucking just wah, wah, wah. I'm gonna open the fucking. I'm gonna see how fast it will go on the street.
Yeah, like to see at least then that's a minimalization of harm and risk, from everyone else.
Truck, it's my own fucking problem.
Yeah, if anyone dies, it would be you. It's like I mean, it ain't gonna be a case where someone gets splattered.
Everyone says I'm gonna die in a bowling flame of fire anyway, so.
Please don't.
Yes, everybody. Dude flips a 76 Ford Courier and dies. You'll be like, hey, I know that idiot.
Yeah, I feel like that would be exactly what I would say.
I know. You'd be like,
hey, I know that dumbass that fucking did that.
It cost me coming back here, and you'd be like, hey, man, you know this truck or this guy? You'd be like, no, I don't. This truck's never been here. I don't know that fool.
I just would say I won't talk to cops. I'm just like, I don't know anything. Don't have a reason to talk to you. Bye. I'd just be like that. Yeah, go have fun with your titties there, titty man.
I will. You know what? I will go have fun with these pair of titties.
Yeah. In terms of metalness, rate this from 1 to 10. Alright, what is it? What is this? Whoa! Is this one of those, like banana fruit bats or something? I'd say out of, 10 probably being, the most metal, and, 1 being, basically Justin Bieber pop. I'd say that sucker right there, a hammerhead bat? A hammerhead bat, huh? I don't think I've heard of that before. I don't think I've seen these guys before. I'd probably say an 8 out of 10. The only thing that is knocking a point or two is that mouth nose thing going on. That looks a little what the fuck. It looks a little whack, but everything else about that bat looks fucking metal as hell. So I'd say at least an 8, 8.5. It's pretty metal. So I think bats get a natural 5 metal rating anyway. Just on the virtue of being a bat. So, I mean, and no matter what, it would at least be 5 points. What are you doing? You have food? You have water? Oh, wait, no. Oh, you ate all your food. Shit. Well, you just ate, so you don't need to eat right now. Goof? I still see water in that bowl. You're fine. You silly baby. Anyway. Let's see what's on the fun 2 for today. Actually, I did see an interesting little thing about some from a Breadstick Ricky I saw earlier. I'm gonna try to find it. Oh, right here. Added drinks into construction workers, because actually this is very fucking relatable to me, and pretty much how I feel about my day-to-day life when it comes to work and shit.
They go hand in hand. Like when you say chips, you might as well say salsa, peanut butter. You're thinking of jelly. When I say the word construction, you best assume caffeine. Okay? I'm a creature of habit, without a doubt. I go to the same exact gas station every day.
Yes, Harley, I will do that.
Get my energy drinks. Well, the new girl behind the counter has noticed that I come in and do this pretty much every day. Well, this morning she decided to tell me, sir, you do realize how bad these are for you, right? Like they're really bad and you get a lot every week. Honey, I drink 93 octane straight from the pump nozzle. If I thought it would get me through my day better. I don't drink these because I enjoy them. I drink them because it's a necessity of life. I need this amount of caffeine to start my day, without a doubt. And those people that say that they drive to work and just have a bottle of water on the way to get ready for work, homie, they fighting some demons I want nothing to do with. Okay?
I love that. Those people that just drinks a bottle of water, and just, to start up the day, they're fighting some demons I don't want nothing to do with. This is how I feel, man. Whenever I have a coffee and shit, I'm not drinking because inherently like it. I do it because it's fucking necessary for me to just function as a human. Especially at work. Like when I start on my shift, I always grab one of those like Black Rifle coffee company like cream cans of coffee and shit from the cold shelf, and I just pop on those and sip on that like throughout the day. Because one, they taste better than Starbucks, and also they got a little bit more caffeine than a Starbucks coffee, and three, they just taste better. I don't know. I don't really care if they're a chud coffee or something, done by a bunch of right-wing chud vets or some shit. I don't really give a fuck. They know how to do coffee. That's all I care about. It gets me for my day. And I just sip on that for like half of my shift, and I don't crash out of it. And yeah, this is exactly why.
Out of bed and be chipper, bushy-tailed, and bright-eyed and happy as shit without a dose of caffeine? There's something going home with you, and I don't want nothing to do with it. Okay, so I'm going to keep enjoying my caffeine, and y'all keep them demons to yourself.
Y'all keep your demons to yourself. I love it. I love this dude. I mean, I like his little, like, working class skits and his little bits and shit, because they're really fucking relatable. And honestly, from what I noticed, like, a lot of people in his comment sections are pretty much just very, very, very pro-union. Because I've seen some comments in some videos, like, he had a video about, like, tips when it comes to, overtime and shit like that, especially when it comes to, like, working, like, 40 or, like, 50, 60, 80-hour work weeks, shit like that. And there was a lot of people in the comments being like, one way to help find new jobs is go to union halls and file applications there and shit like that. So it was basically because it was actually a YouTube short. Let me see if I can actually find it. Because basically the tips were when it comes to finding a job in like the blue collar workforce in general is like, I mean, basically the main tips is either knowing a person that's in the industry or just finding somebody or just meeting them or just going to these places directly and talking with those people or looking up online and shit. And also a lot of means of doing so can also be going to unit halls that might be like a plumbers union or iron workers union and shit like that, because they'll most certainly have like at least a means of printing out applications to give to you of jobs that they're unionized with, so they can, get, another member on top of, getting that company another worker potentially, which would help that industry, and thus obviously help the union too. So, I mean, it would always, be kind of a general win-win. Because I'll at least go to the comments of this video and try to find that one comment I saw. Where is it in here? Oh, here it is. Some dude named Rich Galdwin. Go down to your local union hall and fill out an application, start an apprentice at a trade. Too many young people think you have to go to college and make a bullshit degree, making real money. I mean, depending, sure. I mean, it's like, it just kind of depends on what you're specifically going into. But I started my apprenticeship of Detroit Plumbers Local 98 at the age of 34. I'm about to turn out as an unrestricted journeyman, making about $50 an hour with top-notch insurance and a retirement package, and I have zero debt. And it was just a bunch of people like replying to it. It's like someone saying, LA local 433 iron worker here. Our apprenticeship is actually even connected to local universities. We have multiple hall schools in the area as well as one in Vegas. So that turns out apprentices journey out, they start already 3/4 of the way through and actual degrees for free. See, that's fucking some good shit right there. I mean, that's dope. See, I mean, that's like a lot of the elements, especially if you get more involved union-wise too. Even if you don't really have a job with them at all, they'll almost certainly be very wanting to help you out with that. Did you sleep well today? Yep. I kind of like took like a little baby nap a little bit, and I took some off on a little walk. Got some chicken sammies, and then after that, kind of had to deal with some stupid bullshit with finance because my damn dad like wanted to make sure like $50 was in his hand in cash and shit, instead of having to wait a day basically or whatever the fuck. It more or less I just had to like deal with the bitching, and it was annoying because I would have started this earlier, but I didn't want to have him come back and forth, fucking nagging or whatever. It's just like, oh my god, it gets really annoying. Glad you didn't scare off, with drunk flirt and lol. Mal. Dude, I mean, don't worry about it. Frankly, I mean, like, if it's just literally some random ass son of a bitch, you know, in the comment section, that'd be one thing. Like, I'd be a little odd, you know, but, I mean, it's pretty obvious, you know, that you're not that, you know what I mean? It's like, if I at least know you on some level, I'm not really gonna give that much of a shit. Oh, here, let me click your link real quick. Ow! Let me turn this down, Jesus Christ. What's going on here? Hey, we're having some Guns N' Roses. This robot is like Axl Rose.
I swear, if I have to listen to that stupid song one more time, I'll book.
It made you love it.
Robot Axl Rose.
Don't worry about that. The fight's over. They brought it.
Alright. How many planets can we go through in a year?
As many as we need.
Whoa.
It's starting.
Yes, it has to clean up
The
that
end
mess.
justifies the ruins. Whoa. Toxins, huh? Does this say anything about it in here? No? Ooh, what about the comments? Does anyone say anything in there about it? We need space bikers in the game, but now I'm invested. Space bikers, huh? Ooh, is that what's going on? Is that what's going on with this Star Wars DLC? We get, like, you know, some space biker, like space piracy, and like kind of some expansions into that a little bit. Because if so, I'm all for that. Because honestly, in Star Wars, like, there was only basically like maybe little mini events that would essentially imply pirates, but you never really actually get any. So hopefully that actually is the case. That'd be dope. We could have like actual like little pirate factions and shit. Or like space bikers. Here. Check your Steam. I can't check it right now. I don't have my laptop here at all. I have it in my room. I have that shit right all up in there, yeah. Here. Let's look at this. That's, oh my god. Fucking stupid YouTube search. Nope. Stop it. Oh my god. Can I not type with my fat ass hands? Jersey Devil caught. Or Pillar of Stars DLC because it was only $9. Ah. Smart found a hammerhead bat. Yes, it's real, but it won't eat you. They're frugivores. I mean, they thrive on fruits. Whoa. Dude, this thing is huge, dude. These things are big. Dude, I didn't realize how big they actually were. Damn. Maybe it gets more of like a 9 out of 10 for metal rating, because holy shit, it looks a lot more bigger. And it doesn't look as goofy, you know, like it did with his profile shot. It actually kind of looks a little bit more badass from a front view. The fuck is that? It's a hammerhead bat. I mean, don't worry. I literally just found out about it when fucking Rose showed me that with his first link. But that thing looks pretty fucking cool. I mean, I have one live around here because there's fruits galore. Like, I got kiwis, fucking apples. I mean, there's cherries, you know, that one of my neighbors has that kind of grows over on our side of the yard too a little bit. For the ranch shot, we got a solid 7 out of 10. Is ranch shot right for pairing with strawberry Pop-Tarts? God, fuck no, dude. What the hell? Strawberry Pop-Tart salad? No. No. No, dude. No. Oh. What? If it was a fruit salad, sure. You just have to deconstruct it. What, just pick the strawberry Pop-Tarts out? And just eat the salad as it is? I mean... Man, my boy is knocked the fuck out. Yeah, well, I mean, I guess at that point it would be okay. But I still want it. Like, I just buy the Pop-Tarts separately. Like, I want to fucking just... okay. I mean, it's... The things capitalism will do to try to sell us random shit. It's like, here, just put a Pop-Tart and sell it together and, you know, people will buy it. Because I guess that's the case. People have. Here. I was gonna fucking... I was trying to find a thing that I saw earlier. Subliminal cat message. Whoa. Whoa, dude. Food. Aw, look at that cute kitty. Can't even see its face. You just see these piercing eyeballs, dude. They're straight up almost perfectly rounded, too. Like, God. Sweet, sweet Jesus. Almost perfectly rounded little eyeballs. But it is a sweet kitty. A sweet kitty that begseth for food. So according to the dev diary, they're making a new civic for Solaris called Scavenger, which allows you to harvest battle debris for resources. I know it does that for research, but I mean, honestly, I'm wondering why that wasn't even the case in the first place. Because it makes sense you can be able to gather raw materials from just raw salvage from a battle. You know, like, I mean, you know, obviously on top of tech research too. I mean, both would make sense. So, you know, it's kind of odd that for like the longest time it hasn't really done that. We have to stop Hitler from committing genocide. Now replace Hitler with Grandma committing genocide with taking her heart pills, and you'll truly appreciate the tenor of what you just heard. Listen to the POTUS speech again and replace the term MAGA Republican with Jew, Muslim, Black, Japanese, and your ethnic, racial, or religious group, and you'll truly appreciate the tenor. What? I mean, I get what TJ said. But fucking, what did okay, so I know that I guess there was like some sort of Biden speech or some shit. I keep like hearing something about this. Like, I mean, I don't really give it enough of a shit, but apparently it's been enough of a thing that there's, I don't know. I'm gonna try to find something about it, I suppose. Here. I haven't seen it. Me neither. That's why I'm wondering, like, it's like, what's, like, there is some element of hoopla to it, I suppose. Siglitog has something on it. I know Vosh did and Hassan did, too. There was actually, like, a few people that did. And I think Irrational National. Yeah, maybe we could find, like, some highlights or something. The assistant Republicans are hypocrites. Shocking. I know. Oh, yeah. Very shocking. If it's two trans women wearing the same outfit, wait, hold on. Two trans women wearing the same outfits, same type riding on their ass, holding a pride flag behind the same children. Photo Matt washing lips TikTok with already tweeted out their full names and address next to a full portrait shot. Oh, dude, absolutely. When you have two slutty looking fucking conservative bitches, you know, holding up a fuck Biden flag with, you know, a family of wasp fucking MAGA Trump types and shit, like, that's totally acceptable. But when it happens to be, you know, pride flag and, you know, like two trans women doing that, then it's like the end of the goddamn world. Where Western culture and civilization has collapsed because two trans women held up a pride flag. But when this happens, it's totally acceptable to these fucking people. Yeah. I mean, honestly, I think both are acceptable. Like, yeah, if two slutty bitches want to hold up a fuck Biden flag and be, you know, conservative, proud fucking weirdos and shit, I don't really give a fuck. But, you know, they have no room to complain when two trans women want to hold a pride flag, you know, up and pretty much do the exact same pose. But, yeah, they want to anyway, so that's the world we live in. Where it's like they will look at that, still be fine with it, you know, see the exact polar opposite of pretty much the exact same thing, at least on a physical level, and literally will flip their shit. It's like, no! Those two trans women are going to try to groom that family of, you know, with their children. That's what they're doing. They're going to try to groom them. It's like, give me a fucking break. I mean, it's like, you know, how they would always bitch about, like, oh, you know, these women being all, like, slutty and this and that, blah, 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 but then they'll go to, like, the Hooters every fucking weekend. Quarter of the way through. I mean, honestly, that hasn't taken too long, yeah, so far. Because you only had that for a couple months now or something, so... Yeah, it hasn't taken that long so far to get a quarter of the way through, so... Hey. Progress. I have a feeling, honestly, Matt Walsh should probably still not approve of those two slutty Trump women, though. Just because, like, why are they not fully covered up and basically wearing a Handmaid's Tale dress? There's, use kids to promote political... Please stop using children as political props. Like to promote free healthcare, for instance. Well, yeah. I mean, it's like, I mean, I mainly say that to conservatives and shit, because they're basically the ones who project about, like, protecting children and, you know, and always try to, like, you know, think of the sanctity of kids and all this other shit. Like, I just tell them to stop, you know, using kids as political props, because really, like, a lot of, you know, elements of the progressives or liberal side of things, while it does happen, not anywhere to a significant degree as, like, the, you know, a lot of people who are, like, religious or conservative on the right, you know, that will do it. Like, it's, like, pretty much like every other fucking thing that they cry about is always something about, you know, protecting kids or some shit. Which is probably the biggest prop use of, you know, children of all. Whereas, like, you basically use it as a scapegoat to justify your shitty beliefs. Because, oh no, what if the kids are exposed to it? It's like, then be better parents, dipshit. Stop letting kids hold guns, assholes. I mean, yeah, seriously. Like, they're also, yeah, that's also the fuck thing, too. They will be the first ones to basically try to teach their kid how to shoot, like, a little 22 or something like that at the age of 6. But, yeah, don't want them, you know, being anywhere near someone who might have, like, a, you know, like a fucking belly crop shirt or some shit with, like, booty shorts or something, you know, with, like, you know, some fishnet, you know, fucking, like, stockings with, like, you know, some high, like, some knee-high boots or something. Like, oh god, that's too slutty and too sultry. Can't let kids be near that, even though there's nothing wrong with that inherently. But, oh, yeah, you know, letting kids shoot a gun at, like, 6 years old or some shit, that's totally fine. Let's talk to use 22 when I was 9. Yeah, I mean, it's like kind of proving the point, you know, I mean, I've shot a 22 when I was like 8 or 9 too. Like, that's when I first shot a gun, and I mean, it wasn't. I mean, I don't think there's like anything inherently wrong with it as long as you have like 5,000 adults supervising you, basically. Like, I mean, there should be a lot of supervision, you know, at that rate, and even then, it's probably just best not to really do that anyway. But as long as like there's actual supervision and like there's an adult literally like holding on to them and the firearm to an extent, and like the only thing they really have control of is the trigger, you know, everything else is them pointing to it, and they don't even have control of the trigger until like their hand is like placed there purposely usually. So I mean, either way, it's still not exactly comfortable, because still, like, the younger you are, especially with that shit, the far more higher the risk of problems and risks, you know, of happening and shit, and accidents happening. So I just would not encourage it. But I know, you know, some people want to, you know, try to raise your kid to be a hunter, so when they're 11, they can take them hunting for the first time, blah, blah, blah. Like, I fucking get it with some people, especially out in the rural country. So it's just like, that's why I'd be heavily discouraged of it. Because I know some people are actually legit pretty responsible, you know, and actually are very, you know, safe with firearms, and do, put that, you know, with their children as well. Hey son, what do you want to do? Watch Blue's Clues? Too bad, we're going to MAGA rally. Hopefully that kid cuts contact with him as soon as he can. Yeah, seriously. Because it's just fucking absurd. Like, I mean, I just basically want to watch Blue's Clues for the most part, you know, growing up and shit, basically. You know what I mean? But, I mean, if I had to, like, I mean, because honestly, instead of going to MAGA rallies, I was going to church every fucking Sunday night. Ugh. Or Saturday night, I should say. Instead of the Sunday morning church, we did Saturday night church services. Ugh. It basically wasn't a day off. Like, my weekends at school weren't really weekends. It's like I get to, like, chill for a few hours, and then I had to, like, get ready at 7 o'clock to go to church. Luckily, by the time I was, like, 11, I just tried to push my mom to make me quit going. Or go outside and kick a ball around. Yeah, for real. I love watching right-wing conspiracy dogs, best ones cite Alex Jones for the claims. Of course they do. It's funny to hear what right-wingers think is conspiracy. I mean, everything. I mean, honestly, if you really want to break it down, basically just everything. Oh, it looks like Rational National actually did a full live stream. Whoa. That's a weird smoke aesthetic. And he also has such a weird, like, interlude, like, stream sound song or whatever the fuck. It's like, okay. It's definitely a... Wait, whoa! Whoa! Hold on. Hold up. Okay, not that bitch. Yo! Dude, look at Biden's background, dude! Yo! Dude, it's all, like, dark and shit, dude! They kind of, dude, are like, some of fucking, of the staffers in, like, the White House, like, embracing the Dark Brandon meme? Oh my god, dude, there's, like, Marines with their rifles in the background, too, dude! Oh my god, dude, they embraced the Dark Brandon! They totally unleashed him, dude! Yo! No wonder everyone's talking about it. Just look at that shit. Like, oh my goodness! Picture this, Ken Cartwright, he doesn't know where his mom's taking him. I hate to pull up and he's horrified. You lied to me, you said we're only going to the dentist! Banner saying Trump 2024. Oh god, you're making this child's life sound very horrible. Like, you have, like, a child who's, like, basically just knows they're, like, some, like, progressive liberal kid and hates everything about the culture he's around and shit at, like, the age of, like, 8, and has just been going to these MAGA rallies, but is just basically being lied to, and oh god, dude. I mean, it's also the creating of a very hardcore anarchist lefty type as well. I feel like we're creating an archetype for a very radical lefty type in his young adult life. I'm also curious, is there, like, anything about, like, a full speech or anything like that? No? It's just, he only just has the one clip? I mean, at least I could kind of... Oh, wait, no, he has, like, some stuff here. Okay. I mean, hold on. Look at this. Oh, my God. Dude, this is some Dark Brandon shit. Oh, my God. Dude. I actually am digging it, though. I am honestly kind of digging it, because they're actually making him look like he has fucking balls. Oh my god, dude, I love how, like, the only thing that's lit up about the Marines in the background are their little white gloves, dude. Look at the guy on the right, like, the only thing lit up on him is his gloves. Like, everything else about them is just pitch black, just darkness, dude. And just this background of just this low illuminating red. The only thing I didn't like about my real dad is he voted for Mike Huckabee. Oh, Fuckabee. In 2016, and you know who that is, I'm sorry. Well, it's okay. I already knew who that was. It's okay. I knew about that sad sop of a man. He has, like, some pathetical, like, show that he does now that's, like, barely relevant. Alright, here, let's hear some of these, like, highlights of his, I guess, because I'm assuming these are what they are.
Centuries, America has been a beacon to the world. But as I stand here tonight, equality and democracy are under assault. We do ourselves no favor to pretend otherwise. Donald Trump and the MAGA Republicans represent an extremism that threatens the very foundations of our republic. Now,
I mean, it's a soft way of going about it, but okay.
I want to be very clear up front. Not every Republican.
This is such a tiny little auditorium, dude. And I love how it literally is just a bunch of old fucks.
Not even the majority of Republicans are MAGA Republicans. Not every Republican embraces their extreme ideology. I know, because I've been able to work with these mainstream Republicans.
That's not a good thing. Nice, cool, yay.
But there's no question that the Republican Party today is dominated, driven, and intimidated by Donald Trump and the MAGA Republicans. And that is a threat to this country. MAGA Republicans do not respect the Constitution. They do not believe in the rule of law. They do not recognize the will of the people.
I mean, all that's true.
They refuse to accept the results of a free election. And they're working right now, as I speak, in state after state, to give power to decide elections in America to partisans and cronies, empowering election deniers to undermine democracy itself. MAGA forces are determined to take this country backwards to an America where there is no right to choose, no right to privacy, no right to...
We never had that in the first place, buddy. We lost that like 2 decades ago. Like, we're in that now, dude. Come on.
Right
oh my god.
Who you love. They promote authoritarian leaders and they fan the flames of political violence. We are not powerless in the face of these threats. We are not bystanders in this ongoing attack on democracy. There are far more Americans from every background and belief who reject the extreme MAGA ideology than those that accept it. Democracy cannot survive when one side believes there are only 2 outcomes to an election. Either they win or they were cheated. And that's where the MAGA Republicans are today. I will not stand by and watch elections in this country stolen by people who simply refuse to accept that they lost.
Well, I mean, it's... Yeah, I tend to agree with that. Or, I mean, I'm kind of wondering if he's gonna, you know, lead it up with something. Oh. Never mind. Just an immediate cut to Dole. I mean, well, I mean, okay. I mean, honestly, I'm more about the aesthetics more so than the speech. Like, speech is just whatever, typical Biden shit, I guess. I mean, he was really, you know, unlike... I mean, I suppose, like, unlike, you know, like in 2016 and shit, and I guess even to an extent in 2020, there's, like, more of the sense of, like, hype, you know, not really, like, too hyper-focusing on just Republicans, but, like, the MAGA wing specifically. But he's also not really adamant about really calling it for what it really is, fascists and shit. And, yeah, because that's just, I mean, it's kind of like a soft way of, you know, calling out, like, the fascist wing of the Republicans at this point. At least the very openly fervent ones. Because I just argued that the entire GOP is. But, including the mainstream ones. But, I mean, nonetheless, like, he is just straight up calling out directly the fucking fascist wing of the Republican Party that's, like, openly and fervent about it. Which does actually kind of show he like, did they eject him with steroids or something? Like, cause he does have a sense of having, like, some sense of ball. Like, he grew, like, you know, a hair, you know, on the ball a little bit. Like, a singular ball got a hair back, you know? Like, it all fell off a long time ago, but now one grew back. It's like a little, boing. It's like a little curl hair just went, boing. The Republicans are threatening democracy and won't let them have their way anymore. So we're going to stop working with them? Nope. Yeah, let me continue working with these mainstream Republicans, Jack. I mean, granted that, you know, these are highlights, you know, or at least some highlights of the speech and shit. But still, considering that, that's, you know, some of the first things I kind of hear of the speech is basically how, yeah, democracy threat from the MAGA Republicans and stuff like that, but I'll still work with them. Okay, I mean, it's why, honestly, kind of, you know, is more of like a single hair, you know, in the, you know, steroid shot, more so than, like, actual balls being, you know, dropped, essentially, because it kind of fell on some deaf ears, honestly, at least for me. Like, I like the aesthetic, though, like, the fucking red lights and shit, they did really do the whole Dark Brandon meme, you know, they're doing that some justice. I will admit, they are kind of giving that some justice a little bit. I'm kind of curious to see what he has to say.
Speech and find something that is untrue. The only, not even lies, but the only, you know, way that Biden was wrong in this speech is that he was actually too kind to Republicans.
Yeah.
But
that's honestly, I think, really the core root of it, but Joe Biden's always been pretty kind with them. At least the old school ones.
Accurately here describes
Mainstream
the
ones.
threat of rising fascism, of these crazy MAGA Republicans unwilling to accept a loss, trying to steal elections, the work that Republicans are doing right now to try and steal the next election. All of this is completely accurate.
Yep.
So, of course, the right wing freaked out. When you correctly call out what they are doing, when you expose them for who they are, they're going to freak out, and they did. So, let's get to first the reaction on Fox News, because these people, I have to laugh because it is so batshit insane. The garbage these people spewed. And of course,
boy.
A lot of focus.
Give it to me, Jack. Give it to me, Dave.
The color behind it, like the red wall behind him. As if that's like really the concern here, as opposed to, I don't know, the fascists trying to steal elections. But anyways, let's get to what these morons, these assholes, these fascists on Fox News were saying.
Imagery there was almost...
Hold on, wait. There was like 2 frames of a dude that just had just a fucking look on his face. Hold on.
Fascists on Fox News.
Hold on.
We're saying.
Far left, look at him. Look at the guy on the far left. He's like, I'm totally not insane. Dude, he has just this fucking look, dude. Dude, he just has the look. Oh my god, I can't even look at his eyes, dude. Holy fuck. Like, they're actually, like, piercing, and oh my god, that bitch with her fucking hair, dude. Like, who's about to talk and shit. That, oh my god. But that guy on the far left, he was so... he was literally the first thing that I saw. The first exact thing that just struck my eyeballs was this guy and his, like, just that look. Like, that is some they live shit, dude. That is some they live shit. And then this old man who's just all like, It's like, I see 2 beautiful women that I'm thinking about in my old Viagra fantasies here. It's just like, oh my god, dude. Like, what is going on in this fucking picture, dude? God. There's just too much to just, oh my god. Dude, these people are not human. These are like they live aliens. These are fucking they live aliens. I wish I had a leftist mafia boss ask president, "Sir, what happened to the governor of South Carolina?" "Don't worry about it." "Ah, don't worry about it, but I assume we can boom down his absent. I guess that means we can get some free health care, college housing bills will be passed with some no opposition. That'd be pretty fucking easy, wouldn't you think? Yeah. We'll just, make sure that there's no other fucking problems, and I can make sure it get done. Bada bing, bada boom. I don't want to get no offense, buts or questions. Capiche? Yeah, that's that. Capiche. Get it done, my boy. Yeah, that's right. Like Chewie from Holiday Special. This must be him shaved. No, wait, itchy. Yeah, I think that was itchy. Itchy was the old one. Yeah, it was itchy.
It's almost satanic with that blood red lighting and the two Marines behind.
It was almost satanic. Oh my god, they actually went with the satanic route. I thought you were gonna go like some Death Star Empire shit or something, like the Galactic Empire stuff. No, you just go full Satan. It was satanic.
It's insane.
President Biden.
So what'd you say about the Marines?
We're saying.
The imagery behind him, it was just insane.
President Biden.
Oh, just there, it was insane. Oh my god, there's two Marines behind him. It's insane. Yeah, unlike the 1,000 American flags and like a wall of like fucking Marines that Trump had on his fucking speeches. Give me a break.
Gave the speech of a dictator, in the style of a dictator, in the visual of a dictator, using the words of a dictator. I actually think...
The words of a dictator? Are you fucking kidding me? I mean, it's like, I don't like Biden as much as the next guy, but him, a dictator, like, okay, yeah, sure, buddy. Yeah, and also, the sky is purple. The sky is a nice violet purple because of our, fucking, blue fucking neutron star or whatever the fuck, because that's what it actually is. It's not a, fucking, yellow sun dwarf star or whatever the fuck it is, it's not that. It ain't nothing like that. It ain't, it ain't no nice little blue. It's a purple, okay? It's a fucking purple, and no one can fucking change my mind about it, alright? If Biden's a dictator, then that fucking sky is indeed purple.
Lost as a sad, angry, kind of bitter old man here. This
Oh my god. He's just like a sad, bitter old man. What, like Trump, Giuliani, fucking Breitbart himself, Andrew Breitbart, whatever his fucking name is, goddamn, Bannon, like, all these old fucking right-wing dork fucks that are just, like, old, just, like, snarky little, like, just fucking grumpy old men. I mean, yeah, I mean, Joe Biden has his grumpy moments, but, I mean, like, come on, if we're really gonna qualify who's a grumpy old man or some shit, give me a break. Actually, the sun is white. Actually, it is a very nice, very vibrant emerald green. It's actually an emerald green, thank you very much. It makes our color of the sky have a very violet purple, but the sun is actually green, okay? Okay? If Biden's a dictator, the sun is green, and our sky is purple.
the state speech. And like every other
there is no
radical,
sun. Damn. There is no sun.
Marxist tyrant, he accused his opponents of being fascist while he engaged
But are you drunk again?
in authoritarian behavior.
This speech is easily the most disgraceful speech from a president in recent decades. It is.
Oh my God! I can't. Oh my God! I hope there will at least be something that would be somewhat worth a shit to respond to with some like merit, but no, dude. It's the most disgraceful speech a president's ever made in recent decades. Oh my, like, January 6th, anyone? Yeah, no, like, that, I mean, fucking, like, any speech that Bush has ever made. Like, pretty much, honestly, outside of Jan 6th, but any fucking speech Trump has ever made. There's definitely been some, speeches Obama made that have been disgraceful as fucking shit. You know, like, I can't really think of, the Flint one, where he pretended to fucking drink the Flint water and stuff. That was a pretty disgraceful speech and presentation, a little visit that he did with his little PR stunt. and we torture some folks. So, there's definitely some, things, on his record as well. I mean, motherfucker used the term evildoers. So, yeah, we gotta snuff out the evildoers. We gotta snuff the evildoers. We gotta take down these evildoers. Because of the evil they done to us. Yeah, dude, that, like, fucking fascist piece of shit, alcoholic motherfucker. Like, no one can, tell me that former alcoholic piece of shit, frat boy, dumbass motherfucker was not, drinking hella whiskey or some shit, while in the White House. But he was. I mean, it's like the idea, like, yeah, frankly, it's like, as far as when it comes to disgraceful or being graceful when it comes to speeches, that's like the one thing, it's like one of the few things I don't give that much of a shit about. It's like, for me, I'd say more damning, or like, maybe saying the quiet part loud, or just being a fascist piece of shit, or a combination of one in a mix or other shit, so it's just like, I mean, that would be more my qualifications, more so than anything, and pretty much every president in recent decades has, hit those marks in one way, shape, or form at a time or another. Biden ain't, different, so it's just all partisan nonsense that just... Like, they literally have nothing, do they? They really don't have anything for this speech. Like, I don't really have much to say about it myself, but, like, I mean, there's honestly some cool shit about it, aesthetically.
He is issuing a call to war against...
Fuck off! A call to war, dude! Oh my god! Get out of here! Oh, Jesus Christ!
Who didn't vote for him?
Kind of look like the lighting and all sort of look like Darth Vader.
Okay, I thought that was Ben Shapiro for a minute. Dude, is this like an old man Ben Shapiro? And he said Darth Vader said they did the intergalactic empire thing like I said earlier. Oh my god, they actually did it. Oh my god, they did it. They fucking actually, oh my god, no, no.
American who didn't vote for him.
Kind of look like the lighting and all sort of look like Darth Vader, it seemed to me. And understand in the past...
Oh my god, wow. I just can't have one thing as a parody to myself. I can't, can I?
It's called half the country, fascist and extremist.
Half of the country? Huh? He didn't say half of the country, he just said MAGA Republicans, you dipshit. Like, that's not half of the country, you fucking moron. Oh my god.
The comments about fascists and what the right has been saying, and how they've been using that word, meanwhile freaking out about someone else using that word to accurately describe them. But let's go over some of the insane garbage there, right? So these, as I said, I can't help but laugh because this is completely nuts. So the first lady there, satanic lighting. Every time you see, I don't know, a red light, Christmas, you see red lights, Christmas trees. Look at that satanic lighting.
If Budin wasn't raising money for cops, I'd be digging him right now. Honestly, yeah. If it wasn't for the fact he was sneaking a bunch of money for cops and shit on underneath his whole student debt thing, which even then I'm not like. Like, now that the initial, like, yay, celebration thing is over with it really wasn't even, we all have to remember, it really isn't that fucking good in the first place. It was just like a little breadcrumb at the end of the day. Because, I mean, it doesn't actually help fundamentally with relieving future student loan debts, and it doesn't necessarily help with the fact that there's still crumbling debt that people are having to deal with, even though they did get 10K taken out. They still probably got, like, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100 plus K in fucking debts potentially and shit. So, I mean, yeah, it helps, but, it only really helped a certain chunk of, like, the 80-something% of people that made, like, the $75,000 or less income bracket and shit. Because a lot of those people still got a lot of fucking debt that they're still going to have to, slowly but surely, take years, maybe even a decade or so to pay off still.
There was also blue. It was the colors of the flag. It was, blue, red, white. It's nothing crazy there. But they were really...
I didn't really see any blues or whites. I just saw red.
Freaked out by the lighting. Quote, the speech of a dictator. Ah, yes, the speech of a dictator. Because he correctly identified rising fascism in the country. A leader in Trump who is unwilling to accept his own loss continues claiming that he won the election. Yet somehow Biden's the dictator for correctly identifying the fascism. Marxist tyrant. This is my favorite one. Marxist tyrant. Marxism is a critical analysis of capitalism from the perspective of labor, from the perspective of the working class. What does that have to do at all with this speech?
Not really much. If Biden were to I like we're just going Biden now. If Biden were to legalize cannabis, I think I could still vote for him again. Heck, even decriminalization, I consider it. Maybe. That honestly would be a very strong consider and would be a hella fucking flex. So
it'd be great if Biden was a Marxist, more critical of capitalism, but he's not.
Oh, man, don't tease me of a good time there, bro. Because if that was the case, shit, we'd be seeing a lot more fucking progress happening right about now.
Yet, he's somehow a Marxist tyrant. These people rely on the fact that you don't know what any of these things mean. They just use these words that sound scary because they always use them in a scary context to make you as afraid as possible. But because they know how unintelligent, unaware, uneducated their audience is. So they can use these words like Marxist, communist, tyrant, whatever. They can use all this terminology to scare people because their followers don't actually know what any of those things are.
And that's why they're also very gun-ho about killing and defunding as much of education as possible, because then, you know, the less that likely people are educated about those type of things, the less likely they'll be critical, you know, about things like capitalism and shit. And thus, money go brrr, profits go brrr, cogs for the machine go brrr, you know, so, you know, it's just like, that's like a lot of the main core of why, you know, there's also this major push, you know, against education. Like they're doing like, you know, a lot of, you know, what these like MAGA Republican fascist far right types are doing is like, you know, like a multi-pronged approach of attack, honestly, when it comes to this shit, like in education, if it comes to queer folks, when it comes to women's rights, because, you know, I mean, a certain part of it, it's like there is a sense of like we got nothing else to lose, you know, especially ideologically, because, you know, we're already on the losing side of that. So, I mean, that's why there is such a major rise of this type of shit. I mean, it's not really exactly a new thing, obviously. I mean, we could see this in times past. I mean, honestly, there's kind of a reason why people are referring more to, like, the Weimar Republic in a lot of various elements. I remember when I was in school and the only thing we were taught about communists, a bunch of them die fighting Nazis. Wow. See, for me, like, what we were taught is it wasn't good. I mean, we were definitely taught that. But we were, you know, I remember it was kind of taught in different ways, in a sense. Because in senior year, we had an economics class, and it was basically just communism and capitalism, and that's, you know, just kind of general rough down on what those are. Basics about shit like supply and demand and yada yada. And basically, it was, even in that class, I mean, it was implied that, like, communism bad, but also in like U.S. history or like, you know, world history classes that I had in high school, you know, we would learn about like, yeah, so over here, you know, with the USSR, they became communist, and what that was is basically, you know, like they thought, you know, this, you know, and they just pulled basic definition of what communism was, like status, class, society, whatever, but they'd be like, but, you know, it ended up kind of being like this and stuff like that, and just kind of go with the rundown of the basic general, like, bad Soviet Union shit. Just basic just shit, but it was very vague about it. And we were kind of taught that, like, yeah, they were actually pretty, you know, good and buddies, you know, and the early Soviet Union wasn't actually too bad. But after World War II, you know, things changed. And Stalin became, like, a very big bad guy. Like, we were definitely taught that, you know, and like, if anything, I'd say, like, the Cold War was definitely just like, yeah, they were the bad guys, commie bad, blah, blah, blah. How would you give a speech if you're buying, if you expected some kind of badass? If I were in that position, I'd be a lot more simple about it. I could give some impassioned speech of a lot of impressive sounding words, but instead I'll just say the most direct way possible. The right is detached from reality. There's no sense in work with these people who have the exact opposite of your best interests in mind, and or lack thereof in their case. So from this point on, we're not playing ball with them anymore. Sorry about the novel, but no, I mean, honestly, I would basically couch it as that way. I mean, honestly, like, I mean, you're thinking I couch it out like some crazy badass going far hardcore radical with it. But, no, I mean, I have to couch it to normies, too. I mean, like, if you're a president, like, you're not just talking to your inner radical ideological circle. I just basically be like, my fellow Americans, it's come to a time to address a major problem that, you know, has unfortunately been unable to be solved with compromise. And it is, you know, within the elements of the Republican Party. You know, because so much has been enabled by a very far-right elements, you know, within this party that they have shown themselves to be liable and no longer have the best interests in mind of, you know, the average American folk, you know, when it comes to their economic status, their social status, and so on. They have lost their, they have lost the detachment of, you know, what, you know, means, you know, for the average American experience in this country. They no longer see the viability of what your average American experience is, and have, you know, sold themselves out for ideological cause. And it's no longer, you know, the time to try to compromise and slowly talk out of it, you know, from them. Now it's the time to, you know, call for action, and the action is to no longer play ball with them, and to force their hands on when it comes to legislation, when it comes to pushing the best interests of the American people, when it comes to the biggest issues in their mind, and there won't be no compromise. And it would pretty much just be pretty much as simple as that. I'd be very simple about it. Won't be like some hardcore radical about it necessarily, but I just keep it simple. Someone says something factual about conservatives, because, yeah, it's like conservatives see that and they'll think I'm literally like the equivalent of fucking Pol Pot. And they'll just hyper-emphasize, like, the call to action, you know, when it comes to, you know, pushing, you know, the best interests of the American people and shit, and just think that's like, yep, they want to kill us all and Pol Pot us all and, like, send us off into the fields, you know, to just become Mountain of Skulls or some shit. Because these people are goddamn ridiculous. Man, that boy is knocked the fuck out. Sleepy little dork. So cute and shirt. What? What? My plaid? My blue plaid? Well, of course, this is typical PDS wear, or just Pacific Northwest shit. This just what we normally vibe with. It's what we got. It's all we got up here. Especially if that aesthetic that Biden's got going on. I was hoping there'd be something like about mountain heads in your speech, especially if that aesthetic Biden's got going on. I mean, if if I was like, you know, the speech of a dictator status with it, oh yeah, there will. I'd go Vlad the Impaler with some bitches. It's like those MAGA hats. Here, I have a nail. Here, let's help you get that MAGA hat on your head. Alright, a little bloody shit. Ah, fuck, alright. I gotta clean that off. But hey, your MAGA hat's on your head, though. And the whole time you're doing it in a coyote pelt. I mean, at that point, I just do it in a fucking, like, bear pelt, dude. Like a grizzly bear pelt. Just be like, yeah, bitch. Fucking slaughter this with my own fucking dagger. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Fucking murk the goddamn grizzly. Well, what the fuck was that? Fucking, what the fuck? Okay. They might be so dense and they will bend. Then, we'll make sure that the nail is very high quality. I mean, I was using this nail as an example. Obviously, we'll have like a railroad spike for a fucking nail. Like, it'd be a railroad spike nail. Like, I mean, this is an example nail. Like, obviously, what I'm talking about is like some fucking railroad spike and shit. Like, I mean, like, even, like, ain't nothing I've been that. I like to imagine I would rule in Bernie Sanders style. I feel as dictator, I would also have very Stalinist tendency to crack down on malcontents. This is why I wouldn't want to be a leader. Or at least, you know, a leader of a nation. Especially in, like, a dictatorial sense. Because I just fucking know that I would instill, like, the minds. You know what I mean? It's like, especially for far-right malcontents and, like, theocratic fascist types, yeah, the minds will, you know, the minds will have, you know, no high turnover rates. Let's just put it that way. Just to be at that power. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I feel like, you know, realistically, it'll probably be, like, for the short term, you know, where that would be the case, because obviously there would be a lot of rebellion for the mass radical change that you would do from a lot of the people on the far right and shit. So I feel like it could be more of like a kind of a quick, short-term thing in the midst of like, you know, the stabilization of the power and shit while there's still like power grab attempts. And by that point, you know, it will kind of slowly subside because people will realize the benevolence of my power and then just, you know, realize that, you know, I bring on the good times. And then I'll actually be like the benevolent, like, good times party all day, all night dictator and shit. You know, basically, you know, like have like, you know, an elite guard who are all like, you know, all women, kind of like Gaddafi and shit, but I don't use them as sex slaves. And I actually pay them. And then we all just kind of vibe and chill and hang out and fucking party all day, party all night, redistribute the wealth amongst the peoples and stuff. Like every now and then I'll just show up in a little Volkswagen buggy or some shit. Or like in a little hippie van. I know one of the former presidents of Uruguay actually drove around in a presidential Volkswagen Beetle. And it was in a light blue. And it was like one of those old, like, 50s Beetles. Like, not one of, like, the modern ones, like an old one. It was like, oh, fucking nice. So yeah, I would do that. I'd do some shit like that. For corporate leaders I don't like. I won't necessarily do executions per se, but I'll just say they would be dealt with. In my world, everyone would smile. Oh God! Oh sweet Jesus! Get back to the people by nationalization of all industries. Yeah, I'm down with that. Refer to above comment, above the last. Implant, let's call it extreme rehabilitation. No, please! As it get taken away 1 year later, they come back with painful wide smiles frozen on their faces. Oh God! I love this society. I'm definitely not indoctrinated to loving this society. This is a good culture. Great society. I've been indoctrinated. Please kill me. Joker toxin. Love it. Hey, what the fuck? Russia's deranged tourism ad? What in the fuck? Is Russia desperate? Is Putin desperate? It's a Vosh clip, I know, but yeah.
Russia. Delicious cuisine.
Duh.
Beautiful women.
Beautiful women is in a paradise in Russia. Come fuck 'em, please. Cheap gas.
Already like a whole ad.
Cheap gas.
Cheap gas.
Rich history. World famous literature. Unique architecture.
You're describing like every European country.
Fertile soil.
Every European country so far. Oh my god. This is oh my god. The AI voice, the stock footage, dude. Oh my god. This is some desperate. What is this? Oh my god. Please more. I want
Electricity and water.
Wait. Cheap. Wait. Didn't she already do that with the cheap gas part? You just said two things. You said one thing twice. By adding water to it.
Is the narrator talking like this?
Because it's an AI. It's not a real person.
It sounds like the Cum Zone song. Welcome to the cum factory. Your dad, aching with cum. It sounds like that father of lies. Yeah.
Ballet.
It's like promoting tourism to the US and being like, trees, more trees. And did I mention trees?
Cheap taxi and delivery. Traditional values.
Oh my god, this is so fucking cringe. Traditional values, and you got like some farmer girl who's like, you know, just holding a dandelion. Yeah, those traditional values though.
Christianity.
Yeah, there's more of it. Oh my god, this is getting worse. Dude, this ad is horrible. Ew. Are you trying to make me avoid Russia? Not that I was already, not like I was gonna go there anytime soon or ever really at this point, but like this is confirming that I'm just gonna avoid that place with like a 10-foot pole.
No cancel culture.
Oh my god, this has to be a parody.
Hospitality. Vodka. Economy that can withstand thousands of sanctions. Time to move to Russia. Don't delay. Winter is coming.
What is this? This is real? Is there a frame where they have yeah, they do. Beautiful women over the, like, 2 8-year-olds. That's great.
Oh, I didn't even notice that. I was just, oh my, wait, is that really? No way. I honestly didn't catch it. Was that really?
Fertile soil. Cheap electricity.
Alright, hold on. What's it in the...
Beautiful.
Oh my god! I didn't even notice it the first time. Oh my god. Yeah, what is this? What? I'm still going to move to Russia. Yeah, oh my god. Yeah, can we do like some partisan action against Russia and like everything about it if we do go there? Like, I don't know. Like, I mean, maybe then. Hook up with some, like, you know, Polish armory gunsmiths and be like, hey, yo, hook us up. You know, send a discreet, you know, P.O. box out in Russia and hook us up, fam. Because, what the this is real. This is apparently a real thing. Like, what the I don't even know what to say. Like, what? This is gross. This is lame. Bro, ew. Like, I'd sooner move to Belarus than this. And I'm sure it's worse over there. Like, I mean, Jesus. Because at least then there's probably, like, a legit there probably unironically is, like, some hardcore fucking, like, drug-induced punk scenes in Belarus. Like, honestly, I bet, like, punk scene go fucking hard down there, you know what I mean? I bet, like, Minsk got, like, a hardcore punk scene that happens at, like, late at night. Like, it's, like, fucking broken up by the fucking pigs there every goddamn day. You can move to North Korea and be treated like kings in exchange for doing propaganda for the state. I don't trust Rocket Man Kim. Well, I mean, if we did propaganda for the state, then, yeah, we would be treated like kings. I mean, I'd probably, like, sneak, you know, like, the equivalent of $100 bills to the local populace here and there every now and then, but, you know... Yeah.
Ideology is about constructing the society in which they would be able to rape the largest number of children at the highest possible speed. Adam, something explains who this ad is for. Let's see. Russia just put out... Yeah, it was made by Russia. Russia just put out a promo video detailing while it's time to move in Russia, narrated by the devil, apparently. Of course, this isn't a real promo for prospective immigrants. This is an attempt to appeal to far-right-oriented isolationist voters to put pressure on Western governments in order to ease sanctions. Smart analysis, and I think I agree. I don't think it makes sense as an immigration ad, more as a piece of political propaganda meant to galvanize right-wing isolationist groups in Western countries. I think
basically, I mean, I definitely was reaping a lot of that from it. Like, it just reeked so much of that shit. I mean, because that's what Russia is. It's like ran by a fascistic, hyper far-right, isolationist, dictatorial piece of shit in his inner circle. I mean, of course, it's going to use propaganda of any and all means to hyper enable and uplift a lot of these same groups, at least especially via propaganda and social circles like on the internet and shit, on media. To do that, either that or even straight up directly and shit. So, I mean, and also I do feel like there is a sense of maybe like, there's probably there probably is a sense of like, hey, far right people, if you feel like you have nowhere else to go, come to our country. You could be safe here. Like, I feel like it's a little bit of both in my mind, honestly, because I feel like there is a sense of, trying to, embellish and push a lot of that propaganda outward and export that. At the same time, also, trying to potentially get citizens or have, people become citizens, there, by moving there and shit. Which, it's two-pronged attack, basically, I would say. Have people, because to help bolster your own economy, have people with their money come to your country and be citizens there, while at the same time bolster the same type of ideology in your own country outwards into other nations by pushing propaganda like this. Oh, is there a little ball? Little Zukov is in a cute little ball. I remember in sci-fi in the 90s was optimistic that mankind would come together and work together with shows like Stargate. My dad loved Stargate, made me watch it with him while I was growing up. Dude, Stargate was pretty awesome. I mean, it wasn't just like the 90s that had some of that tropes and shit. Like Star Trek did to an extent. Obviously Stargate did. There was a lot of different sci-fis around that time, especially. But like during the 60s, 70s, a little bit. But it kind of morphed into like the more dystopian, capitalistic hellscape version, like the opposite of it. But nonetheless, like there is a sense of human unification, just not for the right reasons. Like if They Live, fucking Alien and Aliens. His little ears are sticking up, so cute. Alien is such a perfect movie. Dude, I mean, I love both Alien and Aliens. Like both of those movies are just fucking amazing. I don't know which one I fancy myself more towards, the first or the second one. It's hard for me to choose. I kind of flip-flop in between the two. Alien 3 is straight up bad, and so is Resurrection. Alien 3's got its moments. What's up, Rip City? The Seas McGee's. But yeah, I don't know. Like, if Alien 3, like, it has its moments, I would say, like, the last half of that movie is fucking straight up shit. But the first half of that movie, I think, is actually pretty alright. I mean, it's definitely nowhere near the first two movies. I'm not gonna, like, defend it that hard. I'm just gonna say it has its moments. First one's more of a horror movie, and Alien is more of an action movie. Yeah. I bet some Wichita action is mailed to you Tuesday night. Fuck. Honestly, it would be better for Monday because I'm barbecuing Sunday and Monday, and I'm off at 6 those days. So, honestly, those days would be better. Or at least Monday. Fuck. Because Tuesday I'm closing. Tyler works Monday and Tuesday. See that? Well, yeah, see, that's what I mean. Duh. Wants to eat some Ignore barbecue. Oh, dude. You know what? Maybe I'll make some videos of me, maybe like a video or two, doing up some ribs or something, show you the process. He gets off at 6 Tuesday, so he might be able to do it. I don't see... Well, if he does, I don't see why not. I mean, if he could get off 6, then... Yeah. I mean, then... Oh, I guess I was 6 Tuesday. Well... If I'm working... Well, I'm working Tuesday, though. That's the problem. I mean, Monday or, you know, just... Derg. Well, maybe him and I can go on a Sunday or something. Maybe I'll hit him up for Sunday. See what to say about that. Tuesday. Well, I mean, I might be able to do Tuesday. It just kind of depends on when I get off. But that just always varies. Works Monday is very anal about that. He's always very anal about his fucking times. It's kind of annoying. I'm not gonna lie. Like, it's a little annoying. Otherwise, I'd be down with Tuesday. Well, Trying to think. Maybe I'll like try to hit him up on for fuck, if he's working Sunday too. Well, if he works Monday, it would be anal about getting home for like fucking Sunday. Well, I mean, Saturday's going to Sanctuary, so that doesn't work. Oh yeah. Well, Wait, I have tomorrow off. So if he's going there tomorrow... I haven't been there. Have Saturday off, that's rare. I know, it's weird. I honestly don't know why I have, Fridays and Saturdays off right now. Also, is the Sabaton concerts is Friday and Saturday, right? Because if that's so, then I didn't necessarily need to request the days off. I'm not down for Sanctuary, but you can meet him there. Well, he'll have to like meet me and show me where it is and shit. Like, I don't know where the fuck it is. But yeah, I'll have to hit him up. 16th and 17th. Well, Alright. Well, okay, maybe I think that's Thursday, Friday, right? Here, let me look at my calendar. I'm pulling that up. I'm just gonna do that because that's just a smarter idea, obviously. Yay! Yeah, so it is Friday and Saturday. Okay, alright, I'm honestly like, hold on. You know what, I'm just gonna do it right fucking now. Because I've been meaning to do this. Boom, boom, boom. You know what, I'm gonna have to take this part down. Okay, there we go. There's plenty of there's actually plenty of tickets left, at least for the Friday show so far. So here, just give me a second. I'm just doing this now just to get this out of the fucking way. Yes. So I don't want that. Do you want it? Yes. Switch payment. Yes. Proceed. Okay. Okay. Man, fuck these goddamn fees. They're so annoying. But, oh, I have to put the goddamn phone number. That's annoying. There we go. Did I do it all? Did I get it done? Yay! Alright, that's the first one. That's for Friday. Yes, I was pleased with that. I was indeed pleased with my shopping experience. Vegas kind of sucks. I would only go there to some cool concert event or something. Well, there's usually all sorts of different events going on in Vegas outside of gambling. There's like different shows and, you know, stuff like that. There's a decent hipster area north of the Strip, but that's about it. Prostitution isn't legal in the Vegas proper. It's legal in the rural areas around Vegas. Yeah, it's like outside of Vegas where it's legal. Not like in Vegas itself, but like I'm pretty sure it's like outside, like, you know, the smaller towns areas, or like the Vegas proper area. I think that is where it's legal, and anywhere outside of that. Cool. Alright, well, I got the Sabaton Friday show, faux show. And now, for the Saturday one. How many do I want? One. These ones are a little bit more spendier. Ew. There's actually less of them here, so this one is actually almost sold out, so fuck it. I guess I'm going to have to suck it up, buttercup with that one. You know what? I do this one via PayPal. Let's see if I can do that. Da-da-da-da. Oh, you know what? Let's do it the other way. There we go. Bada bing, bada boom. Yes, blah, blah, blah. Get rid of this bullshit. Yes. Yes. Bop. Yes. Yup. Yep. Yep. Okay. And me. There we go. Yes, process, oh my god. There we go. Go. Sweet. Well, that's all figured out. Da-ba-da-ba. We should try pregame penalty for Saturday Sabaton. Oh, definitely. I was, yeah, I'm down with that one for sure. Rogue has a signature whiskey. If you like pho displaying that. Oh, yeah. Dude, there's all hella pho around here, dude. Pho is so good. What was this? Wait, Chase think I was like... What, did Chase think that I wasn't, like, purchasing these like, one of these tickets? We declined it because... yes, this was me! Oh my god, yes. I literally just did it. Okay, whatever. Alright, might have to try again with purchasing the Saturday ticket. But that's okay. At least Chase didn't fucking, like, impale me in the asshole. Because apparently if it's not you, we're shut your shit down and get you a new card. It's like, oh, I don't want that. No thank you. I just wanted to buy 2 concert tickets, you son of a bitch. So one of them is at least faux show, and that's Friday. So Saturday I might have to go back and check up and make sure it's actually purchased. But at least I got one of the shows down. Never had cider, actually. Never had cider. Never heard of till now. Really? You never had cider? And you get lit on, dude. Fuck yeah, bro. Dude, cider is amazing. Dude, you love some cider up here, bro. There's a lot of really awesome ass cider out here that no one else is going to, Lamau. Well, so I don't, and I'm just gonna. I already said to everybody I was gonna attempt a double dip. I don't know why everyone is like, like, you know, decide to go on just one. I know for you it's for Saturday. I get that, but like still, like, I mean. Since I have 2 of those days off, I'm just saying, fuck it, I'm gonna go for both shows. Faux show. I'm gonna make sure my manager is aware of that and be like, hey, just to let you know, these 2 days coming up, like, I have concert tickets for. So, if you try to hit me up those days, I unfortunately will not be able to come in. Because I know I will have, like, 3 days off, I believe, that week anyway, from what I saw, so I'll probably go in for the split day off and shit. What's a cider? Oh my... This is stuff I drink. This is like a can of cider. Here's a local craft brew brand up here. Avid Cider Co. And this one is a cider with apple, pineapple, tangerine, plum, and passion fruit. See? This is like, you know, a variation of cider. Oh, and there's a link to another cider company out here, Schilling Cider. Schilling Hard Cider. You need to get on some fucking cider, bro. We need to get our boy Venom on some ciders. I feel like he'd love them. Syncop's just in the cutest little ball. It's adorable. Did you have a Mike's Hard Lemonade up there? Yeah. But it's just, yeah, meh. It's okay. Shilling's probably my favorite. Grapefruit and Sasquatch one. Mike's Hard is kind of meh. Yeah, meh. I like those, even though they're girly. Well, there's a lot of ciders up here that, you know, flex up on that, you know, girly game while still being epic and amazing and delicious. Because they are delicious. there it is. I should probably prefer seltzer to malt liquor, actually. Well, yeah. Oh, absolutely. I definitely, you know, because honestly, more lately, I'm getting, like, seltzers, and, like, the closest thing I'll ever really get to malt liquor type of shit is, like, twisted tea, but that's not malt liquor. That's just alcoholic tea. I mean, so, I don't know. I can't really think of the last time I've had a malt liquor type of drink. White Claw's tasty. Yeah. My roommate kind of fucks on me a little bit for having White Claw. Twisted tea is malt liquor, I think. Well, if it is, that's pretty much the only thing that I will get when it comes to that.
Okay, snuggle.
Hold on. This is malt liquor, says on a can. I'm looking at it. Oh, okay. So that pretty much is the only malt liquor drink that I do drink then. It's just twisted tea. Beyond that, I really don't drink any anymore. Johnny Bootleggers. I don't think I've had that before. A second. Yeah. Oh, well, that exploded into... Bye. Giant Bootleggers, I never heard of it. It sounds familiar. I mean, I don't recognize it right off the top of my head. But it sounds like something I've heard before. I don't think I've, like, had it, but it sounds familiar. What's that? Huh. Some malt beverage. Huh. They come in like radioactive colors. I like it. Alright. Whoa! Hey, fly, what's up, you fucker? I'll burn your ass. I like how it's just emphasizing the fruits more so than the drink. Moonshine Mango, Ignor's new favorite. It's fruity alcohol. I mean, honestly, I can get down with it. I mean, it looks familiar, but I don't think I've had it. Radioactive grape malt liquor, yes please. Yeah, I know, dude. Like, I'd be down with that. That honestly does look pretty good. That grape one actually does look nice. I really like the color to it. It honestly is kind of attractive to me. It's like, ooh, purple drink. What do you got going on? Either that or Alcatraz sour apple. Alcatraz sour apple. I'm not really a big fan of sour apple. I like more like sweet apples. Like those nice red apples and shit. Like, I like, you know, hence ciders and, like, you know, shit like that. I prefer those a lot more because it's more of a sweeter apple. Really like the strawberry. Dude, I'm a slut for strawberries. I love strawberries. Strawberries are amazing. It sucks. I'd suck an apple at it. Oh my god, bro. I can just tell when you've had, you know, a couple. See, like when I have a little, you know, more than I, you know, prefer, I sober dober this bitch for a few days. You're just like, I don't give a fuck, I'm still gonna try. How do I serve myself with this? I know, I'll drink another bottle, that'll help my hangover. It's like, yeah, okay, buddy. Yeah, alright. Okie dokie. He's awake. What you doing? Alcoholism runs in the family, Lamau. Well, if that is, then I'd be careful with it. That's why I, at least, tend to be cautious about it. Sad, actually. Well, yeah. That's why I, tend to be, very, cautious about my own. That's why, like, I might have my moments of, having, more than usual outside, maybe the 1 or 2 after work here and there and shit. But, like, beyond that, I don't really go beyond, further than that type of shit. Because I know that, like, alcoholism runs my family, so I definitely want to be more cautious about it. It's honestly why I haven't had, like, liquor in quite a while, frankly. Last time I did was when I was at the bar, like, a couple weeks ago. So, I mean, and even then I had just only 2 mixed drinks and that was it. So, I mean, it's like, even then, like, whenever I even go for liquor and shit, I don't really drink it that much. I usually kind of stick to my same rule. Which, if liquor is even more something to have an enforcement of, just because, it's more of a harder alcohol. Oh, did you just drink all the water out of your bowl? He did. Boo-boo! Look at you see me. What's this? There you go. I like joking Dario, he's cute. I get that. I get that often, honestly. Spider, you're distracting. Find somewhere else to, like, do your thing. When I get up there buying some top shelf vodka and we were getting drunk, I already know the top shelf vodka shit. It's Reka. This stuff. Oh, he'll get to it.
There you go.
Here. Oh, what's this? Did you know that in Spaceballs... What's this?
In Spaceballs, the Millennium Falcon is parked outside the Space Diner. George
Oh yeah,
Lucas
even I knew that.
read the script and loved it so much.
Here. I love this movie. This movie's great.
Special effects company Industrial Light and Magic help with the film. Do you know that in Spaceballs, the Millennium Falcon is parked outside the Space Diner?
See? I mean, even when I was initially, because I have the movie, when I first saw it, like, I even noticed that. It's like, oh, Millennium Falcon's there. And you had a giant spider that just started walking across the living room like he owned a place. I've never seen Spaceballs. Dude, you're doing yourself a disservice, dude. Hold on, we're just gonna watch a scene from Spaceballs just to show you the amazingness of this fucking movie. Hold on. Spaceballs! Watch out! There's Spaceballs! That's an actual song. Okay, hold on, we gotta play the song. We're playing the song. We're doing it. Where is it? Here it is. Dude, this song is epic. So, it's fucking 80s as hell. This song is so epic, I love it. We're the Spaceballs! Watch out! The Spaceballs! This shit is just so 80s as fuck. It's amazing. But it's just such a good... Because the movie in itself is just amazing. Hold on, we gotta at least, find a scene of it just to... Oh, I mean, it's in the escape pod scenes when the song really comes out.
What's going on?
What's going on?
Paris? Thank you for pressing the self-destruct button.
You can also see, oh my god, I'm blanking on his name now. Mel Brooks. You can see him in here. He's playing the president. He's right there.
You've got to stop it.
You gotta stop it.
Way to stop it. I can't. It's irreversible.
It's irreversible.
My raincoat. Attention. This is Colonel Sanders in forward command.
Colonel Sanders.
All personnel proceed to escape pod.
The chef's ulcer coming out.
Sanders, you gotta help me. I don't know what to do. I can't make decisions. I'm a president.
I can't make decisions. I'm the president. My God, dude, this movie's too great. Lone Star. He's supposed to. Funny enough, his outfit is based off of Indiana Jones. Like, he's meant to basically be like Han Solo, essentially, but that's kind of the point, because he's basically the Indiana Jones of Spaceballs here. Because George Lucas actually was a producer of the film and actually, you know, guided along a little bit. Like, George Lucas loved the movie. I mean, like, that's why he was part of it. Like, he was really fond of Mel Brooks. That's why the Millennium Falcon was there too when was in the Space Diner scene near the end of the movie. Colonel Sanders said, "You're forward command, and how do you know your battle strategy? It's how you know your battle strategy is fucked." Yep.
The end of the world. Hang on.
They got these little round helmets.
Full throttle. Go to hyperjet. Going to hyperjet.
Give into the bubble and you haven't got it.
Pizza to go.
Pizza to go. Dude, the puns in this movie are just so dad joke embodiments. Okay, this is one scene that's gonna be fucking amazing. Oh, there's the bear. I love this one.
Who are you?
I'm Bearded Lady. Who are you? One of the freaks? I'm the Bearded Lady. Who are you? One of the freaks. Just fucking chest bumps his ass. This fucking movie's amazing, dude. And honestly, legit really progressed the first time. Go back here, you fat bearded bitch!
One pod left, and 3 of us, and I'm the president.
And I'm the president.
Well, boys, it's a very lovely ship. I think you should go down.
I think y'all should go down with it.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Last chance to push the cancellation.
Was that back where it is? Maybe. I don't know.
Button. Hurry!
Smalls! Watch out! I'm just saying, I watch this movie at least like once every like 2 years or so.
Where is it? It's gotta be here.
Out of order!
Fuck! Even in the future, nothing works.
Even in the future, nothing works.
The truck in exactly 10 seconds. Counting down. 10, 9, 8, 6.
6! What happened to 7?
Just kidding. Faster!
3, 2, 1. Have a nice day.
Thank you.
There's still a long delay before it actually explodes. This movie's just so fucking epic, though. I mean, it's hilarious, epic, you know, pretty progressive first time. It actually got a really, a lot of different social commentary to it. It's just an all-around amazing fucking movie. And it is on YouTube. It is indeed on YouTube. You can go watch it. There's also another epic. I mean, I can't get away with too much, but shit. I mean, it's like, which one? They've gone to plaid. You know what? We'll do this one.
Uh-oh. Here comes the Badger blimp.
We better get out of here in a hurry.
Switch to secret hyperjets.
Switching to secret hyperjets.
Buckle up back there. We're going into hyper.
I have a few movies on my YouTube account. Definitely add this to the list. This is worth putting on the list. Absolutely worth it. Okay, yeah, that's a little loud. And by the way, I would totally have a fucking Winnebago for a fucking starship, by the way, as like a little fucking space vessel.
Prepare to attack on the count of 3.
1, 2.
Wait! What happened? Where are they? I don't know, sir. They must have hyperjets on that thing. And what do we got on this thing? A Cuisinart? We'll find them, catch them! Yes, sir. Prepare ship for light speed. No, light speed is too slow. Light speed too slow? Yes, we're gonna have to go right to...
Ludicrous speed.
Ludicrous speed? Sir, we've never gone that fast before. I don't know if the ship can take it. What's the matter, Colonel Sanders?
Chicken.
Prepare ship! Prepare ship!
I like how he kind of balked like a chicken for that one. I love this movie.
Fasten all seatbelts. Seal all entrances and exits. Close all shops in the mall. Cancel the free-range circus.
Secure all animals in the zoo.
Give me that. Excuse for an officer. Now hear this. Ludicrous speed. Sir, had you better buckle up? Buckle this. Ludicrous speed. Go!
We break for nobody. Imagine how big that bumper sticker really is. You have good Chinese restaurants up there? We have good Chinese food carts. Yes. Light speed, ridiculous speed, ludicrous speed. What have I done? Great Dane! Oh shit. They've gone to plaid. What the hell was that?
Spaceball 1.
They've gone to plaid. Passed them.
Stop this thing!
We can't.
It's
too dangerous.
We've got to slow down first.
Bullshit! He's just like stopping it. Everyone's all just leaning in. Emergency stop, never use. I like how everyone else is fine because they're all buckled up. His helmet smashed.
Are you alright, sir? Fine.
Fine, yeah.
How have you been? Fine, sir. Good. It's a good thing you were wearing that helmet. Yeah.
Yeah.
What should we do now, sir? Well, are we stopped? We're stopped, sir. Good. Well, why don't we take a 5-minute break? Very good, sir.
Very good, yes. Smoke if you got him. He just fucking falls. Oh my god, dude! This shit's just. This movie's just too fucking great. It's like there's too many scenes that are just way too fucking funny and memorable for me. Like there's Princess Vespa, where her hair gets shot, where she is being rescued, and they're like, and she's just like, my hair. They shot my hair. Those sons of bitches just like takes the gun from Lone Star, just cocks it, and just just slaughters all the fucking dudes. Just like it just everyone's like, oh fuck, just like holy shit. My god, the movie's just fucking great, and like I said, it's actually pretty progressive for its time, like as well and stuff. With its with a lot of the jokes and with the plot and stuff, especially with like even with that scene with Princess Vespa, just out of nowhere, just showing this like badass strong woman out of nowhere, just kind of underneath this veil of like innocent boutique, like rich princess aesthetic, and kind of is more gruff and rough, on the inside, more tomboyish, basically. I mean, because that's kind of a part of the plot of the story, and some of the commentary is like this very closeted kind of tomboy type of woman who is kind of trying to get out of her shell of this very high traditionalistic elite society that she's a part in a little bit. I mean, there really is some pretty deep commentary within the movie under the veil of a lot of the comedy in it. That's why I love Mel Brooks, though. Like, I mean, he's fucking awesome that way. Like, there's a lot of other great Mel Brooks movies, like Blazing Saddles is another one. There's like the history of the world. Yeah, I think at least like 2 parts to that one. But there's like I said, there's just like a lot of good Mel Brooks movies in general that are just fucking amazing. Spaceballs, I think, is like one of the ones that are up there, along with Blazing Saddles as well. Which I need to watch that again at some point. I haven't watched that in a long while. Because honestly, especially with Blazing Saddles, that's just like a very hyper strong critique against traditionalism, racism. Yeah, like a lot of like that, pro-Americana, Western nationalistic, type of lingo jingo shit. Especially that was very prominent at the time, and still is. That's why that movie, Blazing Saddles, even today is, pretty poignant and very fucking awesome. Big Passion of the Christ. That is just like a snuff film that somehow got away with being put in movie theaters because it had a Christian aesthetic to it. That movie is just fucking garbage trash and fucking just horrible. I mean, how many kids and how many people were literally scarred and traumatized, because they saw that film and they were forced to because their far-right Christo-fascist evangelical parents dragged them along to it. Or forced to watch it on, like, Easter or something. Because I remember having them, basically be forced to sit down and watch that, or at least try to be forced down to watch it, even though I just walk off and leave anyway. And just like, while, my mom, and like her little Christian buddies or whatever the fuck would be watching the movie and shit, and I just say, fuck this, it's just like horrible living. While they're all being like, virtue porn, like, oh god, crying over it and whatever, because they're just trying to reminisce on the fact, on the idea of someone being tortured and slaughtered because of them or some shit. It's just fucking weird, freaky, creepy shit. It legitimately pretty anti-Semitic too. Like, it literally paints the Jewish people in that movie, like, as, like, very, like, lowly and degenerate-like and shit. Like, they're almost, like, like, in the shadows or whatever the fuck. Instead, that really likes God Not Dead. Pfft. That's just more pathetic for propaganda. But at the same time, it's something that I find to be very vividly, morbidly offensive, mainly near the end of the movie. For like the last like 20 minutes of it. That's where it gets heavily offensive to me. Like the rest, like pretty much like 90% of the movie is just kind of trashy garbage. And just your stereotypical like, atheist versus Christian, type of arguments. Only it's like the fantasy world where, the Christians are actually the ones that, are like, gotcha atheists or whatever the fuck. Second movie's more offensive in my opinion. Yeah. I mean, yeah, honestly, because it's basically trying to, like, say that, Christianity is something that, ought to be protected, specifically and only when it comes to religion and the court system and shit. And basically tries to manipulate their ideology as a way of, being, like, partly intertwined with, free speech or like freedom of religion or whatever the fuck. Like it honestly is a lot more fucking disgusting as shit, especially when it comes to its play into education, because of like, oh, you have a teacher, talking about Christianity or religion in a classroom and shit, and trying to manipulate, it's, I mean, honestly, you're kind of right now thinking about it. It wasn't as like blatant with it, but yeah. Because I know teachers that brought religion in a classroom and weren't fired over it. I mean, like, I did too, but they weren't proselytizing it. But obviously, I live here in the PNW. I mean, because there were, because it was brought in as, like, a sense of an educational sense, as it properly should if it ever is. Because if religion is brought up, in an educational sense, that's how it should be brought up as, in the educational sense, as like a form of study, as, it being a mythology. So, like, even if that person happens to believe in it and shit, like, they can, like, when it comes to like a personal opinion basis, I mean, like the educational classroom is just not, you know, the spot for that. Like after the bell rings and a kid walks up to you as, you know, in between classes and asks a question about, you know, your personal opinion about a thing, like, I mean, that, you know, in a sense, like, I can maybe see a little bit of ambiguity, but even then, it's just like, you know, do that like totally after school and like off the clock type of shit. Like, it's the same thing for my work, honestly. Like, we, you know, I mean, technically we're not supposed to be talking about certain things while we're at work, even if it's not politics. Like, I mean, you know, because there'd be certain things, like, you know, every now and then I'll, you know, like, you have, you know, because I talked about it before, but every now and then there'll be, like, things like, you know, oh, hey, you know, like, you know, I'm getting a new part for my gun and stuff, because, you know, I know coworkers that have guns themselves, you know, or fire them or have an interest in shit like that. You know, like I do, and, you know, we talk about it sometimes, and, you know, it's not political by any means, obviously, it's just, you know, a conversation of a hobby, but, you know, it's not, you know, like, it's not necessarily something that's, you know, appropriate for a workplace discussion, but, yeah, it's, you know, there's more, like, ambiguity and leeway, at least for my workplace. Obviously, it's not the same as an educational sense, but those same rules are, you know, there too, you know, because especially when it comes to things like politics, even then we still will. In fact, like, half of our fucking conversations I usually have with my coworkers are very heavily political. And every now and then, yeah, sometimes he'll, you know, a customer might hear it, and sometimes he'll partake and have a convo with it, with us as well about it. I mean, it's honestly is why we don't really give that much of a shit about it, because we know most customers are pretty chill and don't really rat us out for stupid shit like that. But, I mean, like I said, though, there's a major difference, you know, between, like, retail versus, like, an educational sense. But nonetheless, yeah, like, I mean, especially if you're working where you're, you know, having to work with other people in the public, whether they're students or customers or whatever the fuck, there's just certain things that, yeah, while you're on the clock and at work, certain things just need not be discussed, essentially. I mean, you know, it's just, I think that's just kind of a, you know, common rule amongst workplaces that, you know, I can understand and accept. I mean, the enforcement of that, I think, can depend on the industry, I suppose. You know, like for mine, I mean, it doesn't need to be having a heavy enforcement. But for education, yeah, because you get these problems. Because I've definitely have had coworkers, you know, talk politically and stuff and talk about weird religious mumbo-jumbo shit. But at the same time, you know, it's just like, it's not like a heavy impact or anything. But if it was in an educational sense, that'd be a very different thing. Oh, this Bluetooth is charging. Charge up Bluetooth. There we go. Do you get street preachers often? At least in my area, no. But, in downtown Portland, I mean, occasionally. They're not that common, but, I mean, I've seen them from time to time. I mean, it's mostly, usually, like, if so, like one or two of them, and they're only out there for a couple hours. The last time I saw one, honestly, was when I was at a Smashing Pumpkins concert, because there was a few of them outside of the venue. And I was with me and my brother, and the street preacher dork, you know, tried to hand it out a little slip, and my brother just slapped it right out of his hand. And it's like, you know, it's not very polite, sir, and he just said, fuck off. You know, that's all he said, and I just kind of, you know, looked by, and I'm just like, I just kind of shook my head at, you know, the street preacher, like, you know, it's like, It's just like, you're saying that we're not very polite. You're the one proselytizing your stupid shit, shoving it down everyone's throat. You're not exactly being polite being here, bitch. Like, fuck off. It's like, people are coming here for a Smashing Pumpkins concert, not to hear your nonsense, bass brother. Yeah, I mean, you know, I know I've talked, you know, some shit, you know, about him, you know, on the streams, but, like, he's got his moments, you know. It's like, he's not totally a horrible person. I mean, it's not even really, like, you know, absolutely a horrible person. He's just got, like, a very, you know, little child soft spot inside that, you know, it's just, honestly, just really insecure. Deep down, he's a big old softy. That's why he's kind of the way he is, honestly. One bass thing your brother did. It's not the one bass thing he's done. Like, I mean, it's not like he doesn't give a fuck or anything like that, or like doesn't care about me or anything like I said, he's like a big softy deep down inside and is legit kind of a little sensitive boy. I mean, that's kind of a lot of it, and knowing his upbringing, what happened with him growing up and stuff to an extent, and legitimately not really growing up a father because his father was Iranian, and, and that whole thing, is a can of worms in itself. I mean, it's just like, it's... Yeah, like, I can get why, he is the way he is to an extent. It's why I don't really, have, or at least try not to have, animosity about it. Just because, I know how he is. Obviously, he's my brother and shit. But, at the end of the day, I know how he is and I know why he is like that. And if anything, I just wish that, whenever we do have a time to kick in and shit, or time to chat, he would just let me, I don't know, have my say and actually consider it sometimes. Because usually, a lot of times, at least it feels like it a lot of times when I do chat with him, it's more of like he wants to try to, lecture and teach me things or try to tell me how things are and shit. And it's like, I mean, we don't talk often as it is. I mean, I don't know if that's how exactly it works. Are libertarians are dead for real? Very. I mean, when he thinks voucher, slips for one-time voucher slips for healthcare and making it all for profit, it's basically a way to do it. Literally goes out of his way to just go get Dollar Tree glasses instead. It's just, I mean, yeah, yeah. Strangely not pro-cop, but pro-cop. If that makes sense. Wait. He doesn't go to the eye doctor. Well, you should. Yeah. He doesn't. He barely goes to the doctor. Doctor glass. He gets the ones he can see the best out of and just goes from there. I don't know, man. If I really, if it was to the point where it's like that, I just get fucking prescription and just have like how my earbuds are, where I have some shit around my neck, and I just have it around my neck the entire fucking time if I didn't need it. And if I did need it, it would be right there, and I could just, boop, pop them back on. I mean, I don't know. Don't come to me trying to rationalize. I am not going to try to rationalize it. I don't know why, okay? I wish I could understand it. I'm not a libertarian, that's why, okay? I don't have that brain. I mean, here's another one for you. Country ought to be run like business. We need a president to make this country like a business, damn it. Make it run like a business again. That's a big one. Comes out a lot. Anti-war though. I'll give it that. Thinks it's kind of dumb and pointless and meaningless for us to be out in, different escapades and shit. But at the same time, he probably fear-mongers about China. Because because he has in the past. We saw a problem with me being on SCI. No. I mean, my mom's on it. I mean, he really should too, frankly. He just chooses not to. So I found out Boomer Guy isn't actually a boomer. He's somehow only 50, but looks way older. I pretty much will still count that as a boomer. I mean, that's you pretty much my. I mean, if he pretty much like has the personality of one, you pretty much are. Like, boomers not just a generational thing, but you know, mindset at this rate. Because I've met people who are like 40 and 50 and like in their late 30s that essentially like have the mind of a fucking boomer. So it's not just boomers, like boomers and shit. Ayn Rand level them out. Dude, I'm telling you, bro. Like, I mean, Venom asks, like, how, you know, how libertarian is he for real? And I'm giving a few examples. I mean, because I mean, these are just some of the ones I know, at least off the top of my head. Ben Shapiro lives is so triggered, easily triggered. Also, Ben Shapiro gets triggered. I ran, is your dad's spirit animal? Yeah. I cannot think of a more soy moment than hyperventilating over the RGB used behind Biden and otherwise inoffensive speech. Every American political media is an MCU-loving Funko Pop collecting liberal at the end of the day. Great moments of political stagecraft. Oh my god, dude. These fucking dudes are getting so triggered over the... Oh my god, they're using Man in the High Castle. Hey. You can't use Scar. Can't use him for that. Oh my god, dude. Wow. This isn't even like... Oh, wow, wait. This is a different picture of a different angle of it. But, oh my god. Like, Jesus Christ. I mean, they unleashed Dark Brandon and... Now they're all like, oh yeah, you know, he looks like this little dork, and this dork, and then Scar, who isn't a dork. It's like, oh my lord. What's the say that's Marlboro? Like, a lot of Marlboro. It's basically just like, you know, like brand loyalty thing at that point. It's like, if there's any tobacco I am gonna have, it will be Marlboro. I think, Marlboro Blacks, I think specifically. Or Marlboro Reds, something like that. Reds or Blacks, I forgot what. I don't fucking pay attention. Because I don't give enough of a shit. I ran with such trash. I couldn't even finish one of her books in high school. It wasn't even from her political stance either. In terms of basic storytelling, it was like staring at dry paint. Marlboro man, eh? My dad was a camel man. Yeah, my aunt is. Like, every now and then I'll see him when he's like, you know, out of smokes or something like that. And, you know, he has to wait until tomorrow. He'll bum like one or two of them off of her. So every now and then I'll see him have a camel. Like, Camel's his backup. And if he had more money, he'd probably do American Spirits every now and then. Because I've seen him get those occasionally. But really not that often. Should I buy a camel? Like a camel? I mean, no, probably not. Because, I mean, you know, it'd probably be a, you know, a pain in the ass to maintain. And also probably, well, I mean, I guess the environment would be somewhat suitable for it. But, I mean, it would need, like, sand and shit. I don't think Georgia has sand. Should buy him a carton of smokes to tell him you love him. I don't need to do that, you know, to tell him that. Or, you know, or to, you know, imply that. Like, I mean, I just, like, I mean, if anything, next time I go out shooting or some shit, I'll just take him along again. I mean, because that's, you know, one of the things. Well, I done last one a few years ago. Yeah. I mean, yeah, I definitely get it. And honestly, I definitely want to try to maximize, you know, our relations with each other and shit, but I just wish he actually was just more fucking proactive to take care of his own damn self, too. Because it make it a lot more easier for me to give a shit as well. Because, I mean, if... It's kind of the whole, like, thing in my mind where it's like, if you're not even really necessarily to help yourself, then it's like you can't necessarily expect others to help you as well, you know what I mean? Like, at least, you know, to a point. Like, because, yeah, obviously, maybe, you know, for a little bit, sure, but if it's just consistently over and over, fucking over again, it's like, you know, it's like empathy fatigue. It's not like I obviously don't care or anything, but it's just like fuck, you gotta like, you know, also take care of your shit too. What's good for baby camels could be good for human skin. Parts of millions of people drink camel's milk for its nutritional value. It boosts vitamin C and iron. Boasts more vitamin C and iron than cow's milk, and it's lower in fat. But in the American Midwest, some people are rubbing camel's milk on their skin. Why? So it has antibodies in it. Okay. These proteins help fight off infections, latching on to foreign pathogens, and telling the body's immune system intruder alert. They typically degrade high temperatures in acidic environments, but the antibodies in camel's milk are stronger. Huh. That's some cool shit. So basically, they're just, like, saying that, hey, like, there's some properties about, like, camel's milk that are actually, like, you know, pretty beneficial for, you know, humans and skin, and when it comes to vitamin C and, what was it? Vitamin C and, some proteins and iron, yeah. Last thing I told my dad was, don't let your wife steal from me, because my stepbrother stole $100 I saved up. Well, considering how much that she sound, you know, how much of a fucking, I mean, considering how much of a viper she really sounds like, yeah. I mean, oof. Fucking hell. Yeah, I mean, you know, it's like I have, you know, someone in my family who's like that, but honestly way fucking worse. Because it's very likely that he, you know, indirectly, you know, it's probably led to a murder or two. No proof for it, it's just hearsay, essentially, but, I mean, strong hunch that it's very likely. I think I've told it before a few times. Load the boat. She used to buy a new broom to fly on. She used to move back to India, far away from here. Well, she couldn't pull herself by the bootstraps and do that herself. Crony ass little bitch. I mean, honestly, considering things, I mean, I feel like there wouldn't, you know, to an extent, be like a way to legally fight that shit, but obviously it's, you know, a lot of it's more like he said, she said type of shit in a lot of ways. But I mean, I don't know, considering the monetary shit, I don't know. That was more of a record. At least more likely to. That's grade A cunt behavior. Yeah. I mean, I might as well tell a story about, with my uncle at least, because he was kind of like this. And worst part about it is he lives somewhere in the state. I don't know where exactly, but somewhere in state. And, my grandfather from my mom's side, my mom's biological dad, when he had brain cancer, he was being treated with it, but, you know, it was kind of inevitable. He was going to probably die from it anyway, but still at least have, you know, some years on him, you know, as long as he was, you know, keeping up with his medications. And essentially, you know, one night when my mom's uncle was watching over him one weekend, he mysteriously passed away. due to his brain cancer and due to the problems, and medical issues from that shit. And the only other person that happened to be there that, would have to make sure to guarantee that, he would be alright would be him. So they only kind of leaves one person, and he took a lot of the fucking inheritance, pawned a lot of it off, sold a lot of it off. Basically Donald Trumped his way in getting a lot of the financial element of here, and sold the ranch off that had all, like, the ponies and some of the horses that I vaguely remember, checking out when he was still alive. A lot of fucking scum shit. And then my mom's stepmom, when she passed away, was basically similar situation. Moved in with him as a form of, like, essentially foster care, because obviously, she wasn't really going to be living too much longer herself, due to her age. She didn't really have too many medical problems, but, with age, there was going to be some. And then not too long after that, at least in a month or so, after moving in with him, weird, she also passes away. And gets a lot of, her inheritance as well. So scummy. Yeah. Legit kind of Trumpy-like sociopathic shit. And frankly, I mean, even, like, my mom says, like, if he ever comes around, be very fucking, like, wary of it. And frankly, considering, what I know about it, because she legit just thinks up, he's murdered these, murdered them, just straight up. And frankly, considering, what I've heard about it, yeah, probably. Fuck that guy. Yeah, no, honestly. I mean, he's a charismatic type of fellow, but he uses that way to get his way. He's honestly like a more charismatic version of Trump in a sense. I don't remember or not, but I think he was a Trump supporter. So, makes sense. Oh, you fucking fly. I think you just do little flybys around here, huh, bitch? Oh, you really do? You really? Oh. Double tap, huh? Triple tap? Damn fly. Fucking flies, man. But, yeah. Yeah, honestly, I mean, like I said, it's all, at the end of the day, it is mostly, like, hearsay shit, but, I mean, considering the circumstances, yeah, like, I mean, it's a very strong hunch that I think, has merit to it. I mean, not much to prove it, though. Also, strangely, has, like, a very, big fondness in me too, which, because every time he's been around me, he's always, kind of been more benevolent, like, at least in the sense where it's just like, here, give you something kind of cool, or, let you check out a cool thing, or this or that, or whatever the fuck. So it's just like, honestly, especially considering things, I feel like it's always been kind of a way in hindsight as, an ability to kind of get more in with, potentially fucking with my, mom and whatever inheritance or monetary and shit like that, come up. Be careful if you somehow end up on a list for huge inheritance and his name is right behind yours. Hello, I was just thinking of you, and now you should go on a camera trip all alone. Well, I would definitely bring a lot of various things, for myself for a hunting trip. I'm assuming he's going to probably want to, maybe do some target shooting while we're out there. Because if that's the case, so I ain't that dumb. I might be dumb about some shit, but I ain't that fucking dumb. I'm more of a sophisticated redneck. Might be a bit redneck, but I ain't that fucking much of a redneck there. Here, let's see what random little things are on the tubes. I'm getting just like very stiff. Like, oh my god, YouTube, can you not recommend me so much music? Holy shit! Wow, and it does so even more. All right, this fly. If I had a torch, this fly would get fucked. Because then, like a lot of people who are dumb, it will just like just plant it on a thing. I'll just wait for that fly to kind of buzz around a certain way and see where its pattern is, and just then mark that bitch. There's a method to the madness. Because I've done it. Like, I've gotten flies around here and got them with a flame. It is possible. It's entirely possible. Here. Cowabunga. They invented Bart Simpson 300 CE. What the fuck? Oh my god, dude. Wait, what does it say on the bottom? Male bust, Japan, Kofun period. Earthenware. Gift of Mr. and Mrs. Friddles. That's pretty cool, honestly. Outside of the fact that it does kind of look like Bart Simpson a little bit. Oh, here. Let's see what we can see. This change literally Wyoming hogs react. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I mean, obviously it is, you know, a little bit of old news, but I never knew there was a bunch of people reacting to it. Oh shit, yeah, there's, oh my god. Yeah, yes, please. Alright. Oh my god. There actually was.
For 60 years, I wrote about it in my new book, The Price of Principle, and that is if there's a dispute and one side wants the truth to come out and the other side says, no, we don't want the truth to come out, always believe the person who wants the truth to come out. That's the person who's telling the truth. And so the Trump...
Oh my lord. That was the most vaguest fucking, like, nothing of words. It's like when you have, you know, the truth, and you have someone who's telling the truth and not wanting to tell the truth, you know, then, you know, where you have the actual truth is the person that, you know, might be actually telling the truth. It's like, oh my god, what?
Release, the Justice Department doesn't. Now, I'm not suggesting releasing the entire affidavit. You can redact the names of witnesses. You can redact...
Right, that's about the, like, a Mar-a-Lago thing. So let's change shit. Is it right here? Yeah, here
Republicans who voted for Trump's second impeachment following the Capitol attack to be leaving Congress. Trump posted last night that Cheney can finally disappear into the depths of political oblivion and congratulated Hagen.
I mean, I guess that's like the one rare thing that I agree with Trump on, I guess. Like, yeah, I kind of hope that Liz Cheney falls into, like, political oblivion, obscurity.
Baselessly claimed the 2020 election was rigged against Trump.
We're all very grateful to President Trump, who recognizes that Wyoming has only one congressional representative, and we have to make it count.
But Wyoming's Republican primary voters ultimately had the final say.
Liz Cheney has done absolutely nothing in the last 6 months except her hatred for Trump.
I mean, that's true, though. Like, that's literally true. If you're a Republican, your entire attitude towards your party hinges on how much you spare Trump's feelings, how good you make Trump feel, because that's what the voters on the ground want. Because the other stuff you're going to do,
essentially,
which Liz Cheney did perfectly. It was just like obstructionist, voting against, you know, any sort of democratic legislation. She did all that, but that stuff is completely that's the bare minimum. And Republicans don't even expect the bare minimum. They expect a little bit more than the bare minimum from their party, from their legislators. And of course, that additional thing is how much you make Trump feel good about himself. Okay? God King Daddy Trump.
Pretty much. That does kind of summarize a lot of the reason why Liz Cheney lost and shit. It's because, I mean, she basically just, like, pitted her political career about, like, I'm an anti-Trump Republican. And that was literally it. Which, you know, whatever, I don't care. She's, you know, in a family of fucking war criminal pieces of fucking garbage shitbags, so I could give a fuck. Like, honestly, I'm just kind of, you know, glad she is kind of kicked out, but, I mean, considering replacing her, yeah, whatever. It's kind of insignificant to me, you know, in this way. But, you know, I passed through Wyoming before, and frankly, pretty much the predominant chunk of Wyoming is hardcore fucking Trump country. Like, I remember seeing, like, one, like, house that straight up literally had it, like, their one side of their fucking roof that was facing the highways or the roads and shit that literally just said, Trump 2020. I was just like, oh my fucking god, wow. Like, it was pretty cringe, not gonna lie.
She lost. She took the fucking L because Trump was like, fuck you. You're a traitor.
Cheney's allies say she is considering a bid for the White House in 2024.
Oh, God. Yeah, like, that's gonna go anywhere.
But before making that decision, she plans to keep busy as the vice chair of the January 6th committee, which continues to probe the former president's conduct.
I will do whatever it takes to ensure Donald Trump is never again anywhere near the Oval Office, and I mean it.
It was also primary night in Alaska. Former Governor Sarah Palin projected to make the general election in her House race, though she's still waiting to see if she will fill the remainder of her predecessor's term. On the Senate side, Republican Senator Lisa Murkowski.
I actually don't know anything about, like, if Palin won or not, honestly, but, man. I think I saw a little something about that, but I don't really remember. But yeah, honestly, you know, that pretty much kind of thinking, kind of sums up. I'm not gonna go for that entire fucking thing because I don't give that much of a shit about Cheney. I just kind of want to see what some hawks had to say. They're just like, oh, you know, she was just all like too much about anti-Trump. Me. I was like, oh my god, of course. I mean, of course their fifis are all, you know, like being hurt, you know, by Liz Cheney. So fuck her. She's hurting our fifis by not being friendly to Trump and that. It's like, we're okay for her being a part of a family of war criminal pieces of shit, you know, and being a Republican scumfuck, but, you know, she was a little too mean to Trumpy. So fuck her. It's like, give me a fucking break, oh my lord. Bunch of fucking birds. It's like, I question whether they actually have, like, critical thinking neurons in their brains. Because I'm pretty sure they don't. Oh my god, it was the thing of Ben Shapiro freaking out about the Dark Brandon speech. Okay. Alright, guys, I have to see some of this. At least some of it. Alright, where do we get to the Shabibo? We're just starting this fucking shit. Some right here. Yeah. Here it is.
In all of this, the press went nuts, and I said you shouldn't have done that. But that was a talk about the press. That wasn't everybody who opposes my agenda deserves the back of the American hand. The president and all of this in the name of democracy. And
I love when Ben Shapiro's like, I didn't like what Trump had to say on January 6th, which was a literal fucking insurrection, a failed one, but still, okay, backed and guided and motivated by Donald Trump. That was,
yeah.
You know,
I mean, that was all okay. You know, it's like I didn't like the fact that, you know, he was, you know, probably, you know, like literally inciting and stuff, but, you know, he was at least in touch with the people and actually, like, you know, talk to them. But what Biden's doing is just, like, you know, being, like, you know, like a Darth Vader type of person or something. There's gonna be some shit like that. Yeah, I'm just gonna skip his shit because I know how it gets fucking stunlocked. I'm gonna just wait until I see Shabiba move. Oh my god, okay, he got hella sunlight. Alright, I'm just gonna do this. Oh, he hella did. Oh my god. Alright, here we go. He started moving. Alright.
Murder on these motherfuckers.
Quality, it was insane. I want to begin with the image of the speech. This is going to be the takeaway image. Most people are not going to see the speech. Most people are not going to listen to the speech. There's going to be one takeaway image.
Unfollowed.
Presidential politics is all about image. It's all about imagistics. Whether you're talking about President Trump getting out of a helicopter and taking off his mask in the middle of COVID, or whether you're talking about Barack Obama standing on a giant...
Yeah, politicians do PR, Ben. Yeah, of course. Yeah, I think people are aware that politicians can do PR. Like, you're doing your own form of PR and shit right here there, buddy. You're not saying anything new. You fucking little shrimp manlet.
Created in 2008. When you look at this image...
I shouldn't insult shrimp because shrimp is at least tasty.
This is the single...
It's aesthetics. You're crying about aesthetics. You're a lib.
Yeah, I mean, he really is being a fucking lib right now. He's being a little snowflake over aesthetics, dude. I mean, I think the aesthetics are actually cool. It's like the one cool thing about the damn thing. But he's just like, oh my god, look at the aesthetics. Wah. How dare he? This is offensive. Oh my god, dude, Ben, you fucking whiny ass little pussy. It's always about facts over feelings for you whenever it comes to your opposition, but oh, feelings have to override every fucking thing when it comes to shit that happens to hurt your little fifis. Like, go fuck yourself. You little whiny, little weaselly manlet.
Everyone is a liberal. Everyone's a fucking liberal, dude. Look at that. Oh, look at the aesthetics of this. This is so damaging. This is so scary. It is a real picture. Yes.
It actually makes fucking Dark Brandon look cool.
Is. And what's funnier about this is that, like,
when he shouldn't be,
aesthetically
but he
speaking, it does look fucking wild. It looks like a fucking Red Alert cutscene, right? It looks like a Command and Conquer cutscene. And I did this immediately last night.
It kind of does, honestly.
But who gives a shit? I don't give a fuck. It wasn't Trump's aesthetics that were offensive to me. It was his actions, okay? It was his policies. It's just so stupid. It's also red and blue, right? Isn't it?
No, it's just red. I don't know where people are seeing the red, like the white and blue and shit. It's just red.
Who the
especially when he's declaring, I'm here in defense of democracy, and now I'm going to yell at you about how everyone who opposes me is an enemy of democracy.
No, he just said MAGA Republicans. It's a very specific group of people.
Let's count the ways in which this is a horrible piece of... I mean, first of all, let's compare it to some other images, just so you see how bad a piece of imagery this is. It's insane. Okay, how about General Lux from Star Trek? From
Star Trek? Oh, you can't even get it right, you fucking... Oh my god. What?
From Star Trek, from Star Wars: The Force Awakens.
Oh my god. He stuttered. He stuttered that. It's like Star Trek, that Star Wars, The Force Awakens. Like, oh my god, he actually, you fucking actual, like, dumb, moronic fucking idiot. Like, even people who are not really into, like, Star Wars or Star Trek can probably tell that they are too, like, oh my god. Wow. What?
We're talking about the blood red background. We're talking about the dark outfit, the blood red background, and the people in the background.
Ben, you have no room to talk about any of this when you literally confuse this as Star Trek. Shut the fuck up.
Apparatchiks of the state.
Go back to, like, fucking memeing about, like, WAP lyrics or something, you dumb cunt.
This is literally, like, the most soy, the most blunt man you could be, by the way. There is no more soy a moment than doing this, okay? This is just like my movies. This is just like my favorite movies. Oh my god.
It's not even that when he can't even get the fucking franchise right, when he literally called it Star Trek. Like, it's not even his favorite movie if that's the case then. Like, I mean, it's like, oh my god, it's like this franchise or movie I have literally no interest or knowledge about, where I confuse it with another one. Like, it looks like this, like, see all these random people in this, like, the General Lex or whatever whatever the hell his name was, yeah, and then that guy, yeah, it's like that, yeah, Culture War, Ben Shapiro. What a dip, ugh, what a dip fuck son of a bitch. Get to dip. Where do we get back into it? Right here? Yeah. Okay.
You can't stop yourself, dude. You just can't. You are the same soy, okay? You are the same, like, soy! Oh! Did I say then instead of than? Wait, I can't even edit my fucking tweets yet! Can I? Oh, I have to pay for it, right? Whatever, shut up. It doesn't matter.
You actually have to pay to edit tweets?
Soy! This is just like my movies! That's what he's doing. Straight fucking feelings over facts, guy.
I mean, again, it's not even like it's his movie or, my favorite movie thing, if he's mistaken it for different franchises. I will die on that hill. It's one part where you're wrong on that one, Hassan.
When John Smith is first introduced in the Vauxhall in New York.
Oh my god!
I mean,
the
this sort of imagery. The people who constructed this image,
this is in a more brightly lit room, and there's literal fucking, like, swastika and Nazi flags, like, adorned in the background, bro. Like, this is, like, I think that's a totally different aesthetic going on, and one that merits having a Molotov thrown at it. Like, the one that Dark Brandon's in, like, no, that's not even close there, buddy. Like, seriously? Are we at...
Bro, you know what this is? You know what this is? This is literally the same as, like, liberals coming into my fucking stream and being like, did you see the rune shape? Did you see the rune shape that the CPAC convention hall had? That must be deliberate. I'm like, dude, do you fucking hear? Do you literally hear what they're saying? They're saying Nazi shit already. Okay? You don't need to, like, look at the fucking rune shape of the stage to be like, I wonder if these guys saying the 14 words are actually Nazis. I can't tell because there's a Nordic rune shape on the stage. Yeah.
Plot twist, Corn Pop's real name is Brandon Pop. Brandon Pop.
Exact shit, bro.
Like, honestly, like, this whole John Smith and the Vauxhall or whatever the fuck that, Ben Shapiro was talking about with the whole Man in High Castle shit, that is legit more likely what, like, CPAC would have, because, frankly, they basically were just kind of flaring around with, Foghorn and, in the last one. Like, they literally had a whole fucking thing saying domestic terrorists, like, we are domestic terrorists. Like, they were just embracing it, so, yeah, they pretty much are saying Nazi shit. They had fucking Viktor Orban there and shit, like, yeah. Like, they were embracing their fascism. Like, in the John Smith fucking, picture there with, like, the swastika flags and, all that. American Taliban. Yep. The Taliban in USA.
Oh, thank you.
They not photoshopped him. I mean, Scar from Lion King. It's insane. What are they doing? What are they doing? The answer, by the way.
Yeah, honestly, like, I have to agree with that, thing there for you, Ben. What are you doing? What are you doing, Ben? Like, what is this, you little, like, Twinkie fucking feminized little soy boy bitch? Like, I mean, I got, like, a little bit of, twink shit going on myself, but, like, goddamn, bro. Like, you are literally, like, hardcore fucking soy twinking it out to the point where, like, even I wouldn't fucking hate fuck that. You're a pussy and shit, bro. Like, I mean, nor would anyone want to, because considering how much you know about, sand and how dry pussies are, like, I imagine you probably do the same treatment for your own. So, yeah, I don't want to, like, shred my dick off, with sandpaper, so I think I'll pass on that, you know what I mean? They even have Sharia law. Yeah, Christian Sharia.
That you have ever seen in film or on screen.
Colin Shapiro is soy boy is actual insult to actual soy boys, though. Yeah, fair enough.
Into one and then wrap
fair
into
enough.
an image. What is his team doing? What is his team doing? Well, I think the answer is they're a very online team. The people who work for him, they spend all day on Twitter. And so over the past
like you, Ben,
the idea that Dark Brandon is rising. Dark Brandon, of course, is that meme that originally started in China of Joe Biden.
In China.
In China. Oh my gosh. Like, I don't even care that it did, and even if so the fuck what? Like, like, whether it did or didn't, it doesn't fucking matter. Who cares?
Your own.
Lamau. I know, dude. Like, they have to fucking, like, fearmonger about China over fucking everything, dude.
Saying that, like, literally.
Those goddamn pinko commie Chinese. And, you know, everything's starting in China. Yeah.
The government is afraid of.
Well, we outsource all the jobs in capitalism to China for profit. Yeah. What the fuck, Lamau? I know, dude. I don't even know, man.
Sending me Star Wars shit, please.
It's just like
sitting on a throne made of guns, with his lit up eyes, backlit by flames.
Based.
He's evil.
Dude, I'd sit on a throne made out of guns. I mean, like, dude, every ammo-sexual and their fucking ammo-sexual mother fucking, you know, does that shit, bro. I mean, I just do it because it would aesthetically look cool. Have, like, you know, different crazy-looking, like, gun barrels and shit, like, you know, the furniture and stuff. I mean, you know, like, repurpose old furniture and old barrels and stuff like that of old guns, you know, the receiver and all that shit taken out, just, like, mold it into, like, this cool fucking throne. Dude, based. Fuck yeah, bro. Dark Brandon got a cool aesthetic.
It went viral online. Let's just recreate that in real life. And so you end up with this. You end up with the actual picture of Joe Biden. Let's go back to the original. You end up with the actual picture of Joe Biden in this picture. Now let me describe, for people who are just listening, what is in this picture. Joe Biden is standing at the podium. Is an upshot. I believe this is from Getty Images. He is screaming at the top of his lungs.
No, he's not. Like, what the fuck? He was... just shut up, Ben. Like, he wasn't screaming at the top of his lungs at any point of the speech, at least from what I heard from it. So, what? No. No, he didn't.
It's up in the air. Behind him is Independence Hall, the site of the Declaration of Independence and the Constitution of the United States. Blood red. Blood red. And behind him...
Blood red. Blood red. Can you imagine it? Blood red.
American Marines who are in shadow except for their white gloved hands. And behind him, there's a pale light that looks like, because of the way this is lit, it looks like the throne room of the Emperor from Return of the Jedi. It's the worst piece of presidential image making ever. Truly ever. I mean, imagine.
Oh yeah, like all the different, you know, public image PR picture stunts that Trump did in his entire presidency, like holding a Bible upside down for one, after he tear gassed the shit out of that entire block, you know, when it was full of protesters.
To go into this. And they're sitting around a room, they're like, what can we do to make the president...
Oh my god, you know what? I am saving this.
Historic American site.
No Malarkey would go on Check Jack.
Liberty and for and what if we light it blood red? Blood red. And we put the president in front of the blood red.
Oh my god, he's so fucking triggered, dude.
Dude, he's literally fucking triggered over the fact that it was in, like, some blood red aesthetic, dude. Like, fucking get over it, you soy boy little fucking whiny little twink. You weasel little manlet. Like, oh my god. Like, actually, like, embrace your twinkiness and just put a ball gag on and fucking just beg for it, you little bitch.
Never address.
Oh my god, dude.
The Brandon thing.
These are getting awesome. I'm loving these memes.
And call out how these guys are hyperventilating over this. Dude, he's like quaking in his fucking...
Dude, I should send these to Venom and have him, like, put those on his Facebook page or something, dude.
Man, he's 900 years old. What do you think he's going to do? He's going to kill
Have
you?
his, like, right-wing family and friends get triggered.
900-year-old guy is going to come after you, dude?
Site. So it'll be red and black, like the fascist color pattern. Let's do that. And then, what if we...
Red and black. Dude, okay, first of all, red and black, not the fascist color pattern. Red and black would be, you know...
Anarchist?
They're not... Why is he not doing the red is for communism shit? That would be way cooler if he did that, I think. Because it is...
Let's go, Brandon, 4 more years. I don't know.
Actually front light him so he looks angry and demonic against that backdrop. And then, what if we put a couple of Marines behind him to look like military force is what is backing him? This is a taxpayer-sponsored event, by the way.
I mean, the military literally is, like, it's the executive branch. Like, he's, like, the chief of the nation. Which thus means that he's, like, the president is, like, the highest, you know, branch of the military as well, by proxy. Like, I mean, what what? Like, yeah, like, of course. Like, that's kind of a no shit, isn't it, man? Like, wouldn't you think? And what about all the times, yeah, like I said, just, you know, I'm just saying it for just a Trump, like, but even Ken Bush did the same shit. Like, a lot of these fucking conservative presidents, you know, do the same shit that he's fucking crying about. Maybe not the whole red background aesthetic shit, but it's all, like, hyper-nationalistic, pro-Americana, patriotistic fucking lingo-jingle bullshit. So, I mean, it's like... I mean, he's just whining over the fact that it literally is, like, some red backdrop and it doesn't look presidential, essentially. You know, and then, like, you know, having the Marines lit up in a certain way. Sure, some bumper stickers on to stick on Trump over compensating trucks, so be all confused. Yeah, like if you find some like Trump stickers on some, dude, come over to my store, dude. They come in pretty often. Like on your days off, if you come around and if you are quick about it, you know, might be able to get away with it. Since midterms are coming up, chances are they'll probably be flexing their stupid shit. And 2024, oh yeah, they'll definitely be. So, yeah, I don't know. Come around here. They definitely like to kind of show their shit a little bit around here.
And the speech was designed to attack all of his political opponents and treat them as enemies of the state. That's what this...
Bro, Trump...
Yeah, like MAGA Republicans and the far-right fascist Republicans and shit, and the fascist GOP base that, you know, is bolstering and organizing a lot of that shit. Yeah, they probably should be considered enemies of the state. I mean, the fact that even though it was milquetoast of a speech, at least from what I've heard of it, I mean, it's actually kind of nice that he's calling it the fuck out and being like, yeah, you know, it's like, no longer, you know, Jack. I mean, it's not necessarily like, you know, 100% because still willing to work with mainstream Republicans, and that's something that he said. So it's like, I mean, it's not, you know, totally, you know, like, going against his political opponents. He's still willing to work with them, you know, ones that at least have sense in them still, or whatever the fuck. The mainstream ones, as he says.
Campaigned as the president, like he did campaign stops regularly, okay? You cannot say this. That is crazy, okay? He set the stage. What the fuck are you talking about? That's insanity to me, okay? And to be honest, like, I think Biden is too big of a fucking pussy to do that anyway. Like, Biden is too big of a pussy to actually do, you know, good campaigning like Trump did for the Republican Party.
I mean, as long as he kind of keeps, you know, doing what he's doing right now, even if he slides some bullshit underneath, I think it'll at least give him more of a sense of, like, merit, I think. You know, to potentially, you know, saying, hey, you know, they're, you know, like he actually did do some harm reduction a little bit, but he will actually need to kind of keep doing it and proving it to me a little more.
Cynical way, because Joe Biden basically gave you two messages. One, everyone who opposes me is an enemy of the state, and two, violence is wrong. The basic idea here is to raise the temperature. I think it's...
Well, yeah, I mean, if you're calling out, like, a certain element of people who are very pro, like, you know, trying to rig elections and shit because they're crying about how they're rigged against them, and a lot of their base is getting more violent, like, yeah, like, maybe it's saying, hey, violence bad, and also, like, you know, here's, you know, some various different people who could be considered, you know, just pretty much TFG at this point. It's just like, yeah, probably a good idea to talk about both, because if they're going to be, you know, being more violent and shit, then yeah, to call that out is a good thing. Fucking schmuck.
To use as a case to run in 2022 and 2024. I mean, this is...
That's how politics works, idiot.
Extraordinarily dark stuff. We haven't even gotten to the content of the speech. Just the imagery alone is extraordinary. Really dark.
What, like presidents making PR speeches and stuff that help bolster their chances for their party in midterms and then their own chances in presidential elections? Like you're fucking crying about, like oh my god, this fucking moron, dude. Oh my god. I just want to slap Ben Shapiro so many ways till Sunday with so many different objects, from dildos to bats to various other objects that could probably cause more, significant harm.
I mean, there's a reason that satanic, demonic, and pure evil...
Oh my god, he's also doing the satanic shit too. Oh my god. Are we serious? Are a lot of them really going for that now? Is Satanic Panic back? Are we really just delving back into this shit again? They're just bringing everything back now, are they? Like, queer panic, fucking trans panic. I mean, that's, more or less starting to be more of a thing, more or less, coming back. Fucking, instead of AIDS, now it's monkeypox panic and shit from these freaks, and now fucking satanic panic. Oh my fucking god. They're just bringing it all out, man. It's like one at a time, you fucking freako, far-right, foo-foo head, piece of greasy-haired shit. It's like, fucking hell. You fucking moralistic cocksuckers. Like, can you all just stick to one thing to fucking morally panic about? Like, Jesus. Pulling out all the fucking stops. Oh, it's starting to fucking get tiring with how much these dumbass motherfuckers and these little triggered little snowflake bitches cry about and panic over literally fucking everything now. It can't just be like, one little panic, thing that they want to freak out about, like queer panic or some shit. It has to just be like, just all the above. Now we're just doing all the stops. It's like, oh my god, just leave it to one fucking thing.
Oh my god, it was trending on Twitter. People were saying he's demonic.
He's satanic and demonic. Oh my god, fuck these people. Fuck their religious fantasy, psychopathy, and just degeneracy. Oh my god. Oh my god, I don't even
on
know.
Twitter, soy!
I don't know how much of Ben I can handle.
With the speech. And you know what? It fits well within the rhetoric of the speech, too. Because what Joe Biden said last night is, as I say, the most dangerous thing I have seen an American president say.
Oh my god, get out of here, you scared little pussy bitch. If that's the most scariest thing that the president's ever said, for presidents, then oh my fucking god. Like, wow. Have you been living under a fucking rock? Like, there's, especially in, the last, year or two of Trump's presidency, there was a lot of pretty weird, freaky, scary shit. Like, stand back and stand by. Like, that in itself was more sinister than, anything that Biden has ever said in that fucking speech. Like, just full stop. Like, that little quip alone. I mean, or, when the looting starts, the shooting starts. I mean... it's like, fuck, it's like, you piece of fucking shit. At a certain point, I get a little primal and shit. It's like, just start losing my patience and start just resulting in grunts. What the fuck?
There's some whores in this house. There's some whores in this house. There's some whores.
I can at least survive this.
I said certified freak. 7 days a week. Wet ass
That's pussy.
keyword. Make that
pull out game week.
Yeah, you effing with some wet ass P word. Bring a bucket and a mop for this wet ass P word. Give me everything you've got for this wet ass P word. Beat it up, N word, catch a charge. Extra large and extra hard. Put this P word right in your face. Swipe your nose like a credit card. Hop on top, I want to ride. I
forgot how much this slaps.
Spit in my mouth, look in my eyes. This P word is wet. Come take a dive. it continues along these lines. And it gets significantly more vulgar. Like, a lot more vulgar.
You should have kept going with it so we could have had a full beat, Ben. You teased us. Oh my god. I mean, I forgot how much of that was a banger. I can't believe it's been 2 years since that. I know, dude. It's been a while since I listened to this, and honestly, it's still a banger, and you know, as it was then, as it is now. I mean, we have to admit, like, that motherfucker teased us with some shit. He teased us with that. Like, he should have made like a little segment dedicated to just reading lyrics of different rap songs by like Cardi B or Megan Thee Stallion or fucking Eminem or whatever the fuck. I mean, he should have, dude, straight up. I mean, everyone would have. He knew he wouldn't be able to meme it into oblivion. Everyone else around him would meme it into oblivion. Like, he would actually legitimately be successful with that, and he would actually be something of his own making for once. So, it just missed opportunity, Ben. Missed opportunity. What is Zukov doing? Booba. 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 A booba booba. A booba booba. I know you hear me. You stopped whatever you're doing. Because you heard me. You're expecting me to make a sound of a, bag of treats opening. I know exactly what you're expecting. And you know what? I'm not gonna give in. Sukov. I'll get to the whole JK Rowling thing in a sec. You know what? I'm kidding. I don't give a fuck. Come here, baby. Oh, my handsome boy. My handsome boy. My boy. Oh my god, you're having struggle here, aren't you? You have to come here. Yeah. Yes. You're just like, what the hell? Well, what, man? Oh my god, you fucking little freak. Hey, that's not where it is. It's right here. Hey. Oh, who's a boy? Who's a boy? Yes, you is. What? You just chow down hella quick on that. Yes, you did. Oh my goodness, who's a baby? Yes, you's a baby. Oh my goodness, who's a baby? Yes, you's a baby. Hey, you sneeze on me. I'm sneezing on you too, motherfucker. Payback for the last time you did that, you little bitch. Oh, you just want to lay on my lap now. You sweet little baby. Yes, you do. I'm going to give you a little bath tonight because I know you deserve one. Here, let me get this off you too. You don't need this on no more. You hoe. Why do you always struggle with this? God, Jesus! Wow! Excuse me? Little hoe? Hey, get away from all that. Yeah, you. What the hell? I'm gonna ball you up in a little ball of nonsense now, because you're ridiculous. Oh, you're just a sweet little thing, look at you. Yes, you is. Yes, you is. You're just a sweet little ball. You're just a sweet little ball of sweetness. Yes, you is. Oh, you sweet baby. Here, I'll pull this up, y'all. Do you mind, good sir? Goofy baby, do you mind? Oh, just a little thing. Oh my goodness. Oh. What, you curious about the lighter now? Is that it? Yeah, that's what it does. Yeah. That's what it does. You're just like, whoa, bro. Whoa, bro. Shuffle. He's like, whoa. Sensitive on my little puppa was. Here, great little spot for you to flop yourself down. I don't need you being on my lap forever for this one. Come on. Come on, you sweet baby. Oh, you can be on my lap later. You can be snuggle boy on my lap. Especially after I get you a little bath. Come on, I bought like some nice shampoos for you, and I'm gonna give you a little nice treatment. You're gonna love it. Come on. Your butt. There you go. There. Goof. Look at you. You silly. You silly. So, J.K. Rowling proving to be more of a turf. I am down to fuck on her for that. I don't know what Mike does with transphobes and homophobes. He just mocks them and makes fun of them and just basically tells them to shut the fuck up. He doesn't seem any merit in really having a discussion with him. Which, I mean, in a lot of ways, I kind of tend to agree. Oh, fuck you, bitch. Yeah. Get the fuck off and die, bitch. There you go. Yeah. Look at you. You say no. That's why you're getting bath later. That's probably gonna be hell loud.
Longtime viewers of the show know that I've been critical of J.K. Rowling for a very long time, and this is because I believe that her obsession with trans people is not only weird, but extremely harmful. It's not like she's saying these transphobic things into the void. She is...
Crickets in the background? I do too, a little bit. Yeah, we have crickets out here. I don't know what the type of cricket they are specifically, but I've seen them before. Like they're like these. They're about like a big, and you know they're like kind of blackish in color, a little bit.
Non-stop dogging on trans people, attacking gender-affirming care, making it seem as if they're inferior to their audience of millions and millions of people. And when you have a platform that large, what you say holds a lot of weight. So maybe somebody who wasn't necessarily predisposed to not like trans people might start saying transphobic things because they respect you and they're a fan of yours. So I've been critical.
Hold up. Oh shit.
Other people.
Oh shit.
It seems as if this criticism has led to her writing a book. And when we look at the book in question, perhaps there should be a page in there where you see my name as well as Bosch's name in the dedication
Bosch, what?
specifically for inspiration, but I'll let you decide. Let's look at this particular book here. So Cheyenne Roundtree of the Rolling Stone writes, although J.K. Rowling's Harry Potter series was rooted in fantasy and make-believe, the author seems to be drawing inspiration from something a little more realistic for her latest book, her own life. Rowling's new novel, The Black Ink Heart, part of her crime thriller series, Cormoran Strike, and penned under the pseudonym Robert Galbraith, involves a storyline that appears to mirror Rowling's public downfall after she continually made statements that have been widely condemned as transphobic. In her new book, Rowling introduces readers to Eddie Ledwell, a creator of a popular YouTube cartoon who sees internet trolls and her own fandom turn on her after the cartoon was criticized as being racist and ableist, as well as transphobic for a bit about a hermaphrodite worm. The creator is dubbed...
Wow, dude. Dude, J.K. Rowling is just straight up a cunt. Just fuck her, dude. Like, I mean, she's an elite rich fucking cunt that, like, lives in a fucking castle. Like, literally in a fucking castle. And, Weinstein complains about being a fucking victim when she has, to no sense of real victimhood, ever actually, given to her in her fucking life outside of being mocked for being a fucking bigoted piece of hateful shit. Just fuck this cunt. She really does deserve the mockery and the fucking bullshit, and the fucking, you mean, anti-feminism meanness that happens to me, because she's more of a fucking anti-feminist than than anything else. And that's what a lot of these trans exclusionary radical feminists really are, because they're not even fucking feminists in the first place.
Her home plastered on the internet.
They're just fucking traditionalist conservatives, but, just couching themselves as, some sort of, new wave feminism without the fucking without the, transness and all that icky shit or whatever the fuck.
Rape threats for having an opinion and was ultimately found stabbed to death in a cemetery. The book takes a clear aim at social justice warriors and suggests that Ledwell was a victim of a masterfully plotted, politically fueled hate campaign against her. So what's the overall message of this book? The message is that it's not necessarily the oppressed who we should worry about. It's the oppressors. They're the ones who are actually oppressed. And the individuals who are spewing hate, well, they oftentimes can be the victims of hate to the point where they could be killed. Now, look, it's fiction, perhaps loosely based on reality, but the overall message is to essentially portray people who are concerned with racism, concerned about ableism and transphobia as the real bad guys. So, this is kind of mirroring her own...
Coming from a classist, racist, fucking transphobic, homophobic bitch. It's just it's funny, coming from someone who's a total fucking bigoted, basically whining about, essentially, misogyny and, basically, get fucked off for being a rich person as well. But mostly because, haters and trolls are misogynists and sexists. It's no, you are. So, fundamentally, at the end of the day, that's what the fuck you are, you worthless bitch. Yeah, you made Harry Potter, and that was, nice for a franchise and shit, but as far as I'm concerned, that has nothing to do with you anymore. It's yeah, you started it, but you're not what fundamentally fucking ended that shit. That franchise grew, into something more than what, will ever be what you are fundamentally, which is gonna be a blimp in the fucking radar, you castle, wannabe queen, fucking aristocratic cunt.
Often portrayed herself as the victim, so... it's obvious that Eddie Ledwell, is very similar to her. She's obsessed with trans people. It's so weird. Now, she claims that this is not actually based on her life. And I don't believe her, many people don't. But she says that she actually wrote the first draft before she was called out for transphobia, so it's simply a coincidence.
Bullshit.
Sure, Joanne. I don't believe her. I don't think many people believe her, but...
And then J.K. Rowling, this is the book. Yeah.
The book gets even more strange. So, Nathan J. Robinson tweets, I realize J.K. Rowling's new novel might seem a little long at 1,200 pages, but a good portion of the space is taken up by fictitious mean tweets. So, as you can see, there's plenty of examples here, but there's more. So here's a sample page from the novel where, indeed, it's just basically mean tweets. He adds, this is what happens when a novelist spends too much time on social media. Now,
oh my god.
Gotta ask the question. As somebody...
I want to kind of see what I can read out of it.
A novelist spends too... It's just basically...
Yeah, let me see. Yeah, I'm going to enhance this really quick. Strike flipped over the page and saw a line of printed out tweets. I know you wrote this. Nope. Hi, Heisenberg. You're wrong about me, independent justice. You're about uncertainty principle. Lol. Wait, what? Morehouse, independent justice. What?
He adds.
Her vile cartoon promotes the idea of disabled people and other laughable, strange, spoony ableism. She'll still has a staff have any disability groups discuss fans' valid concerns. What's her... What? Oh my god, what the fuck? Yeah, basically that just sounds like literally just terminally online.
but a novelist spends too much time on social media. Now I've got to ask the question, as somebody
Twitter has. Well, I mean, yeah, you can upload 4 images per post, basically. Yeah.
novels, who would want to read that? Like, I read almost every night before I go to bed. I can't imagine enjoying that. Like, who would want to read mean, fake tweets?
No ask for this shit. Yeah.
I mean, look,
But she's hyper obsessed about her fucking victimhood complex and her being a rich billionaire cunt that, you know, just wants to fucking, you know, waste her time, you know, being a bigoted fucking shithead, you know, towards trans people, and do so under the guise of feminism as well. And sex workers as well, too, by the way. She's just straight up victim. I mean, she's just straight up out and out, you know, like 100% cut grade A, fucking like USDA approved fucking grade A asshole.
Criticism because you're saying hateful things. We all see hate tweets. If you,
I mean, she literally looks like a rich, elitist, aristocratic fucking asshole cunt, doesn't she? She literally does.
You're going to see mean tweets, hateful tweets. But in this instance, it's not like people were just being mean to her, assuming that she did write this book.
God, this fucking noise is annoying the shit out of me.
You know, about herself. It's not like they were just mean to her because, you know, we all just hate
She looks
J.K.
like a Karen because she is a Karen.
Rowling. No, it's the content. It's what you say about trans people that's damaging. Now, let's go back to why I said at the beginning of this video, perhaps myself and Vosh should be in the dedications page. Because, she saw some mean tweets, and specifically she saw my...
He needs a Bezos hair trimmer. I know, dude.
So here's what I said about my back and forth with J.K. Rowling back on April 4th. So she wrote, history will judge whether Dr. David Bell was a hateful transphobe or trying to alert people to a medical scandal, but he's far from the only health professional raising these concerns, and I have the letters and emails to prove it. Now, we're not going to get too deep into his arguments here, but basically, in essence, his argument is that these doctors, they are too flippantly diagnosing young people with gender dysphoria. Perhaps they're just gay or lesbian and not actually, you know, experiencing gender dysphoria. On top of that, he claims essentially that more trans people are getting this diagnosis, or excuse me, more autistic people are getting this gender dysphoria diagnosis. So suggesting that autistic people are being taken advantage of. Nice ableism there, by the way.
I mean, no, for real. I mean, honestly, it's just like, there might be, like, a case of, like, yeah, maybe, like, you know, autistic folk might be more sexually, you know, promiscuous or more sexually open. And actually, I remember, I think you showed an article about that. Because that actually is the case. So, yeah, like, because of that, by proxy, it's probably more likely that someone who's autistic might be, you know, gay, bi, lesbian, or, yeah, even trans. And, you know, at the same time, you know, it's just like, because of more normalization of research and study into transgenderism and gender dysphoria in general, yeah, there's more of, you know, of normalization, especially within youth, where it's normalized, especially, where it's going to be, like, there's going to be a spike, in a sense, of, you know, cases of kids, you know, coming out, you know, that way, because they feel more comfortable being a certain way, and now have an environment where they can kind of develop and flourish that. Like, it's, oh god, like, that's such a fucking problem. That's such a horrible depravity that we should never allow.
No, actually, this isn't really an issue. People who are diagnosed with gender dysphoria, by and large, that's a correct diagnosis. So let's actually look at some facts really quickly here. So 97% of trans people are happy with their transition, and in the UK, J.K. Rowling's country, the regret rate is 0.47%. I repeat, 0.
That's like barely 0.5%.
47%. So doctors are...
Oh, the new Seasons and Hillsborough rejected the union? Damn, dude. I wonder if there was some union busting that was going on at New Seasons for that to be the case.
Their diagnosis of gender dysphoria correct, but he's pretending as if this is some big issue when it's not. Now, the reason...
That doesn't necessarily seem like something that workers would just do, so to speak, would just reject that. Because usually if that ends up being the case, their chances are was some fuckery by the company. So hopefully they challenge it. Because I have a feeling that probably is the case.
claiming this is an issue and he's fashioning himself as a sort of whistleblower is because he's anti-trans. Quite literally, this is an anti-trans charlatan who doesn't think that kids should get gender-affirming care. He's in lockstep with Republicans in the United States. And people politely responded to J.K. Rowling and tried to point this out. For example, Aaron wrote, "Joanne, you are literally pushing a conversion therapist. He belongs to an organization calling for 100% detransition, that calls each youth who goes on to transition a failure, that seeks to eliminate youth transition, that calls HRT opposite sex."
I mean, the vote wasn't close. I mean, it probably was union busting tactics, but, you know, it was because a lot of people likely bought the propaganda and shit. 37 to 60. Ugh. I mean, it doesn't mean that, you know, we don't stop trying. Hopefully that, you know, they keep fighting and, you know, at least the people that were, you know, trying to push for the union keep fighting for that. Because, I mean, it's kind of like, you know, any type of electoral process. I mean, just because you don't get it the first time doesn't mean you don't try again. So... yeah, don't stop fighting. Oh, yeah. I mean, I honestly, is it like a new union starting up, like a new Seasons United union, or is it like, you know, adjacent to like the SEIU or the UFCW? Because, I mean, honestly, if it's something that's backed up by a concurrent one, maybe they might be able to get a little bit more of a boost in support. But if it's like a brand new one flostering up like a new Season United type of union, then a new union, not sure if that's a good thing or not. I'd say it is. I honestly in these days would say it is a good thing, though. You know, if they fail at, you know, attempting to, you know, try to establish a new union, you know, again, then I'd probably say that, you know, they should reach out to either ours or like the SEIU, Local 503, or something like that. So, I mean, because, you know, if all else fails with that, then, hey, there are various different unions around here that would very happily, you know, work with them. I know ours will. I mean, when it comes to, like, you know, outside of, you know, fighting for contracts and shit like that, I mean, communication and shit like that is somewhat lackluster. Weed, California is getting murked by wildfire. Oh, man, damn. Honestly, there was a lot of, like, of a hardcore ominous red hue today, I've noticed. I was just like, whoa. Wildfire smoke. Like, I knew exactly what it was. I actually wasn't really out and about today just because of that very reason. I was just like, I think I'll just kind of stay inside until later tonight. Do some of my errands later. Been bad the last few days. Yeah. So I haven't really been out as much outside. Though, I know especially for Zoo Coffee's been needing a little walk, so give him a little walksies. And he loved it. Though when I was at the little diner that I went to go get my food and shit, there was like another little dog, and oh my god, he went fucking ape shit over that. It was like a little this little chonker of a little yap dog. Just a chonk. And he was just going... He was just doing shit like that, and I was like, come on, bro, chill, dude. I mean, it's like, you sniffed the dog once and became his buddy. Now, like, you know, you're all fucking, like, freaking out and whining because you are, like, 5 feet away from him. Like, Jesus Christ. Your other dog didn't give a fuck. He was just minding his own business. He was like, meh. I'm a chunky chihuahua dog. I don't care. But got myself like 2 chicken Sammys and some fries and shit, and fuck you, motherfucker. And it was some good shit. Local chicken sandwiches are pretty good. Weird, those dogs are usually yappers. Yeah, my dog wasn't really yapping, he was just whining, but yeah, the little dog was just, I mean, it seemed like it was an older dog, because, you know, a little bit of a chunkier guy. Seemed like a little bit more of a middle-aged type of dog, so he just kind of was vibing, just like wandering around doing his own thing, like, alright, I don't give a fuck. You're too young and huge for me, I don't care. Just don't stomp me or something, please.
Now, this person noted that he lacks the credentials that he claims to have. Bell has not actually worked clinically with trans people. He has no relevant expertise. He was a staff governor with no clinical involvement and is facing disciplinary procedure. So ask yourself this question, why...
I love how that the fucking doctor is supposed to be like, hey, there's like a very high problem with, you know, blah, 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 you know, with, like, you know, trans rates and, you know, autistic people being manipulated and this and that. And also being proponents for, like, this whole idea, like, autistic kids and, you know, which is also being, you know, put in line with a lot of gay kids and trans kids here in the U.S., too. You know, that's, you know, and them being segregated, you know, within schools. And also trying to do, like, the equivalent of, like, gay conversion therapy for autistic people and shit. Saying that, you know, there's cures for it. Which is fucking disgusting and just, like, enables more of this insecurity in a lot of people that think, you know, oh, you know, I wish I can, you know, not have this and blah, 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 blah. And it's like, oh my god, bro. No. Don't think like that. No. That's what I think was going to happen. I think everyone's just fucking at this point. Too much other stuff going on. That's why I'm just kind of doing a solo camp, you know, potential trip here. Like, I have, like, over a month of fucking vacation time. Like, I have, like, over, like, I think when I looked at it, like, over, like, 35-something days of vacay time, so I'm going to take, like, a week or two off at some point, and just, like, maybe spend a couple days just, even if it's by myself, you know, mainly, more very likely just by myself, and just vibe and chill. And either have my pops or have a friend pick me up. Show exactly where I'm going for everybody, be like, hey, if I'm not back at a certain time, this is exactly where I, you know, was dropped off. Where I expect to be picked up. Because I'll just kind of hike out a little ways, you know, to where I can at least, you know, save up some money to get back pay for Vancouver, Canada. Oh, yeah, dude, if I, you know, especially if the, you know, if I get my back pay resolved and shit, yeah, definitely using that for some, trip for Vancouver. And, I'll definitely save some for, Iceland, too, because I want to make that trip again. I think I would definitely want to do Vancouver for sure, then to go to Iceland again. Because getting there ain't too spendy, it's just being there. Like, you definitely want to save up for being there more so than going there. 35 days, holy shit, that's way more than I have. Well, I don't really take that much vacation time for anything, so... I mean, yeah, I'm definitely going to be taking advantage of this here pretty soon. Because I know my assistant manager is doing our nights and shit, being kind of fucked with on that, though. And I know with him, he's probably going to take some vacation time himself, because he has a lot of it, too. And I was kind of telling him, it's like, hey, you know, if you want, you know, you should probably take vacation here pretty soon, you know, like, do that for, like, the next couple weeks or something, like the beginning of October or something. Then after that, I'll fucking do one. I might take like a little mini one at first, you know, just for that camp trip idea, just while it's still nice and warm out and shit like that. And then, you know, take the actual like 2 weeks off or a week off or a week and a half, something like that. And then just use a lot of that time to hyper focus on other shit and, you know, just kind of relieve more personal, familiar stress, life and all that shit. And just kind of, you know, use that time for things that I feel like, you know, would be less stressful, because I know if my assistant manager, like, or, you know, like, he's just going through a lot of fucking shit, especially, like, finance-wise, with his mom, and, with, like, rent and his landlord's shit, and was tied to the finance issues and shit, with bullshit at work, and, you know, random gossip bullshit that's being spread around him, about him and shit. I mean... basically being hit around 8 ways till Sunday and shit, and it's just like, man, I mean, well, you definitely got some vacation time and shit, I mean, or, hell, even take a medical leave or something. I mean, just use that time to recoup on yourself. I mean, fuck, I mean, I think people will get it. You won't be really screwing ourselves over. Or screwing us over, so to speak. Especially when he always is like 110% and shit when it comes to working. It's like, man, don't kill yourself doing it. Because at least last time I was talking to him, he was feeling it's like, you know, like I kind of have that feeling, you know, it's like where, you know, I might have a mental breakdown or something, bro. You know, it's just like, because the only time I felt that was after my divorce and shit. And I'm just like, That's why I was kind of mentioning it to him. It's like, I mean, unless you're, you know, how much vacation time do you have, or, you know, like, why not try to get some medical leave and stuff? Because obviously, your, you know, family and your mental health come first. You know, at the end of the day. Because I don't want him obviously to have a mental breakdown and shit. I mean, I wouldn't want that on anybody, obviously.
J.K. Rowling tweet out the peer-reviewed studies that show that gender-affirming care for young people saves lives. It's medically necessary. It reduces rates of depression and suicidality. Why would she tweet out this one quack who's a bigot? It's because he's confirming her transphobic point of view. Now, people try to engage respectfully. I
mean, it's just like how, with like the whole COVID thing, back when the vaccine first got out, like there was one or two exceptional quacks and shit that would fucking, you know, say, you know, like, oh, well, actually, there's, you know, skepticism that should be had and blah, 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 blah. And maybe for like the first month or two, I could probably, you know, see it, but considering the consistent information and data that came out about how it actually fucking, I don't know, worked, and plus there was also trials and shit, like, I mean, like, there was a benefit of the doubt to the skepticism being like, not, you know, really there. I mean, like I said, hence why, like, maybe for the first, like, month or something, like, I can kind of get maybe being skeptical to a degree of it being released, but after that, it's like, you're kind of fucking moron. You know, because it's just the same shit, where it's like, you take, you know, one random little motherfucker, or like a two or a handful, and, yeah, like the exceptions to the general scientific consensus or the medical consensus, and say, see, I'm right. But there's a reason why they're like, you know, random handful of fucking quacks and shit, because they've basically been booted out from the actual consensus of, you know, a scientific or medical community, because, well, they're fucking quacks.
With transphobes and homophobes, because I'm of the belief that civil rights are not debatable, even though it technically is debatable in certain countries politically, but I don't think that they're debatable. So my goal is to...
I mean, yeah, they really shouldn't be. There should be a basic sense of fucking human rights that, you know, should be given to every fucking human being that should just be non-debatable.
They shut the fuck up, and I want to make it socially unacceptable for bigots to speak their mind. I want them to keep their bigotry, their transphobia, their racism, their misogyny to themselves. So I usually don't try to engage respectfully. I just insult them and I move on. So I tweeted this to J.K. Rowling. You're a repulsive bigot. Go fuck yourself, transphobic trash. Now,
true and based.
Now, shockingly, she saw that tweet and she decided to screen cap it, and she put me on blast, responding saying, me shares video of experienced psychiatrist, that's wrong, who turned whistleblower, expressing his deep concern at high numbers of autistic children and children with internalized homophobia presenting at gender clinics. Them, and then she shares my tweet, letting her 14 million followers know where to find me. And find me, they did. But before we get to that, my response was not indicative of most of the responses that she received. Sure, there were people that were just calling her a transphobic bigot, but there were people there who actually tried to engage respectfully, but she just bypassed them and went right to my tweet. Why is that? Well,
because controversy sells, and the more controversial, quote, you know, hurtful tweets, like, you know, calling her transphobic trash and shit, is what's more controversial, especially in her mind. Even though it shouldn't be.
This cry bully wants to be perceived as the victim. Great point, Mike. And now she's writing an entire book on her perceived victimization. It's just embarrassing and pathetic. It is. Now, look, if we want to take her at face value and believe her that this isn't actually a book about her, okay, I don't believe her personally, but, you know.
Nah, it is. It's an ego trip, and it's basically just a way to, like, fantasize herself in a world where she's actually the one who turns out on top, basically, and shit. Because, yeah, she's a crybaby and a fucking ego-tripping, narcissistic, rich, elitist, castle-living, fucking classist, transphobic cunt bitch. Like, that's just what she is. Like, I mean, it's like, there's not really much to her besides, like, oh, Harry Potter. It's like, oh yeah, nice. I mean, like, there's plenty of, like, I mean, I always have the idea of, separate art from the artist, and Harry Potter is most certainly no exception. Because, like, I mean, when you have, an art that basically supersedes, the artist, especially in this way, then yeah, like, I mean, it's just like, at that point, like, whatever happens, with the art in itself, like, has very little meaning outside of the royalties that you get from it. Which, evidently, you splash out on literal fucking castles and crying about it like the weird little fucking crybaby that you are. It's like, oh my lord.
Take that into consideration, rather. But just
J.K. Rowling. Because she's just, because she's basically just being one of these, like, cryboys online shit. For stupid
so after
takes,
she responded to my tweet and put me on blast,
and a rich fuck too.
I got
living in a castle.
Mass reported because of what I said to J.K. Rowling. But not only was I not suspended because my tweet did not violate Twitter's terms of service, but now I'm verified. So it seems like I was the winner in this exchange overall. All she did was signal boost me, and I wasn't.
Streisand effect at work right there.
Only one, because about a month earlier, or less than a month earlier actually, she did the same thing with a Vosh tweet, and I talked about that. I won't play a clip of that, but I'll link to that down below if you want to see my video on Vosh's exchange with J.K. Rowling. But I just love that she is writing a book now because she's received mean tweets. Presumably. Again, we can take into account what she said, but we don't have to believe what she said, as I don't. Now, look, do I actually believe that she's basing this book off of Vosh and my mean tweets to her? No, I'm not that narcissistic, right? But I do believe that this is probably based, at least loosely, off of the thousands of people who have criticized her for her transphobic views. I think that everybody sees through it. Everybody sees through it. Even like her previous books, if you watch ContraPoint's video on J.K. Rowling, where she read...
I mean, it's not even necessarily that people see through it. She literally foghorns the shit out of it, where she literally will cry, like, sexism or misogyny if you, like, critique her in any way and shit. Because she'll always look at the controversial tweets and shit, how they're calling her trash or whatever the fuck. Because, well, she is. And, just will, like, always cry the victim and shit when she's just going out of her fucking way to, like, push, various different pseudoscience bullshit, to be like, see, I'm right, and cry bully her way into correctness, essentially.
Book under the same pen name, Robert Gilbert.
And to make a book about it.
Like, her book was about a serial killer who dressed as a woman or something, like trying to prime people to believe that trans women pose a threat to women. Like, she constantly writes about trans people. Now she's writing about how somebody who said bigoted things was the victim of a hate campaign, not that they participated in hate themselves. So she's constantly like trying to make her own art about herself now, and she's falling off. Like, nobody cares about you. You're not a victim because you got mean tweets. We all get mean tweets on Twitter. You are getting criticized.
I mean, Twitter is just basically just mean tweets.
Rightfully so, because you're saying horrible things that is leading to discrimination against a marginalized group of people. So, keep writing a book about this. I just view this as cope. But it's embarrassing because, like, she is a multimillionaire and she literally lives in a fucking castle, but she can't stop obsessing over the mean tweets. Log off, J.K. Rowling. Log off. Touch grass.
I mean, I'd say touch grass as well, but she would probably kill the grass, within the vicinity around her. So I don't want her killing the ecosystem. Leave her in the cold, desolate, fucking shitty ass castle that she lives in. It's one of the few castles, regardless of its historicity, that I'd be okay with, crumbling down and just dismantling and destroying, because, like, if you got, like, some rich elite bitch just living in it, well, get the trebuchets, get the catapults, we got a castle to raid. But, yeah. But, in summary, J.K. Rowling's a bitch. Here, see what random little shit's on tube, Any other animal things? Any other animal things? Not much. Not too much going on. Okay. I think I probably did check out decent little amounts of stuff that were going on news-wise anyway. Pretty much the whole Dark Brandon speech or whatever the fuck. And J.K. Rowling being a dumbass again. But I feel like there's probably a few other things I could go skim around about on. But I'll get this last little bowl loaded in. Let's call it good for the last little bit of the evening. Because we're actually kind of already right on that 2:30 mark. Right, nice and sweet. At the AMs. Just. Besides, Zukov needs a bath. And Zukov. Oh, blah, 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 blah. You know he needs the bath. You know it. Little sweet boy. I gotta need a new lighter here tomorrow. Probably be one of the first things I need to do tomorrow morning when I wake up. Yay. Anyway. Call it good for the rest of the night, so peace out. And that's